Good morning. Good morning. Welcome to Sewing Street. I must say, I'm actually really nervous. I'm so excited because I don't know whether you've seen a little advert going out over the last couple of days. And if you are on the Facebook page, if you follow us on social media or get the newsletter, then you've probably already heard the news. You've tuned in for a special reason. In fact, before we even get started, well done to everybody who's already sort of been eagle eye on the website and gone for it already, because the great thing about the early bird is that it goes on the website straight away so everybody can benefit. Now, normally, for anybody who is new to us, the early bird product is the first product that we do at 8 o'clock. So many people get involved every day at 8 o'clock, and we always offer a special price, a discounted price on some of our favourite products, some of your favourite products. Sometimes they're new, sometimes they're not new. Today we've got a brand new product that, quite frankly, we could have put on at any time, and we've chosen to do it as an early bird special, which baffles me. But I think the reason that we've done this is because we know how useful this is going to be. I'm not going to tell you just yet what it is. It's so exciting. I know a lot of people are already there for it, and a lot of people who are already checking it out on the website, but just give me a second. So, the reason that we wanted to do this, it's our biggest ever early bird today. It's our biggest ever, because so many people I know keep missing out. Limited quantities, brilliant prices, loads of people getting involved. So it normally means that it sells out. Yesterday sold out before 9 o'clock. Today, we've got thousands. We've got thousands of chances to get the early bird. Maybe it's the first time that you're going to take the plunge and purchase from us. It's going to be the perfect day, because this is going to be a product that is ideal for every type of sewer. Whether you be a quilter, whether you be a bag maker, whether you be a toy maker, whether you do soft furnishing, whether you do dressmaking, whether you're, just using these in and around your craft room, they're going to be brilliant. I was going to say these. Are you ready for today's early bird? We are so excited, and I know that Hayley will be watching, all of our buying team will be watching, Neil will be watching, and we are really, really excited to bring this to you, as it is our biggest ever early bird. Are you ready? Hannah's hidden it in the bag. Are we ready? Right, I'm tipping these straight out. We have got brand new clips, brand new quilting clips for £9.99. Now, 50 of them you get for less than a tenner. How good is that? Early bird special, and I must say as well, these are beautiful, beautiful quality. We've had very, very similar, and we have very, very similar, our Wonder Clips, which I'll show you are by Clover. They are brilliant. They are £28.99 for a pack of 50. They come in the little storage box. You can still get them. And I know a lot of people who use a lot of Clover products in their craft room and only use brand names. So if you do want the Wonder Clips from Clover, they are also available on our website, and they are brilliant. You'll hear me talking about these a lot, and you have done over the last few months. Whereas we wanted to do something that was accessible for everybody, and we wanted to do something that we still gave you the quality. So I know that our buying team have been working with lots of different suppliers and having different Wonder Clip samples sent to them and different clips sent to them to make sure that we get for you the best quality at the best price. So we want ones, of course, that aren't going to break. We want ones that are going to be still nice and durable. And still, we want ones that are going to hold loads and loads of layers. You can see these open up so lovely and wide. So if you are doing things like if you are doing, binding, if you're working with thicker layers with quilting, if you are doing bag making and your pins can't quite go through it, all the layers, and these are ideal. If you don't want to pin, maybe you've got leather or PU or more delicate fabrics that you don't want to pin, these are going to be fabulous for that. Okay, now, as I say, the Wonder Clips. Now, I wouldn't normally do this, but this is how confident I am. And this is also why we're doing this as an early bird and why we're so proud of this price, is because the Clover Clips are £28.99.50. Brilliant price for the quality that they are. Our buying team, as I say, have got in lots of different clips to compare. By the way, it's so busy as predicted. There are loads of you checking out. Well done on taking part in our biggest ever early bird. I know, it's so exciting. So 50 of the clips. Now this one is the branded Clover Wonder Clip. This one, let me see what I've got under here. I don't think I've got a piece of paper under here. We'll try and find one. But so, because it's actually got Clover written on the front there. It has got that brand name of Clover that's written on the front. And then the other Wonder Clip, as I say, is the one, the other clip that we have, to me, looks virtually identical. So this is the Wonder Clip from Clover. We always offer you choice. We're always going to offer you different brands. It's the first time that we've ever done anything like this. If I lay it on its side as well, you can see they've both got that flat shape. In fact, you know what? I think Wonder Clips might have slightly more of a curve to them. That's all I can see is the difference. But these still open really nice and wide, virtually the same width. The difference is you're paying $28.99 for a packet of the Wonder Clips and you're paying $9.99 today for 50 as your early bird special. Now, I'm fingers crossed hoping, as it says a special price, we're in negotiations to be able to offer you these price points permanently. I do not know though, I can't guarantee. We're at 19 pence a clip. We're at just 19 pence a clip. Now, well done to everybody who's multi-buying, everybody who's checking out. There's so many of you who have got these. There's some of our most regular collectors. Well done, Sandra and Mary, you're there. There's names galore coming through to Hannah, just saying thank you so much for these. If those of you that use Wonder Clips every day, I was talking to Wendy Orlando, who's our guest today. She was saying, I use them every single day. I use them, one, to get myself organised, to get, you know, all of your paper pieces and your fabric together and clip them together if you're on the move or you're putting a project to the side. You use them, you can use them for, as I say, your binding, if you're layering up, if you are working with bulkier fabrics or bulkier layers, to hold difficult curves in position. Instead of pinning, it's quicker and it doesn't pierce your fabric, obviously. So, this isn't just the early bird today. Normally, obviously, I'm saying, obviously, lots of people are getting involved and checking out. Today, we're going to give you the option of getting even more. So, now, if you want 100 Wonder Clips, if you're anything like our John Cole Morgan, I know he uses these for all of his binding. So now, well, I was at 19 pence a clip there, wasn't I? And now I'm at 17 pence a clip. So the value for money, if you want to multi-buy, here you go. You don't need to multi-buy on the last one. You get better value for money getting this one. So 100 clips is £17.98, just slightly better value for money. You're getting all 100 of these now for £17.98. What an amazing early bird special. We've got Hayley messaging in, saying, please have some left for me. There's a lot of people who are getting in touch with us, all of our team, in fact, because we weren't even allowed to get hold of these before they went to air. Thank you for your patience on the phone line, by the way, as I know there is a bit of a queue, but our customer service team are whizzing through the calls, so please be patient. Remember, it is free to call from landline or mobile. If you've never set up an account with us before, maybe this is your first exciting purchase, never bought from us, this is the time to do it, and it's so easy to do so. You can call the number if you want, some help setting up your account, or you can quickly do it online. And it's normally quite a frantic rush at 8 o'clock in the morning, isn't it, with our early bird special? As I said yesterday, it completely sold out. We had Thermolan, and it completely sold out by 9 o'clock. So to be able to have 100 clips with, again, so many chances. We've already had over 80 new customers this morning. We're not even 10 minutes into the show and we've had 80 brand new customers with us, which makes me so happy. Welcome to the family. You are going to learn so much. I was only talking to my mum about this yesterday. And if you're just getting into sewing, or maybe you've just found us and you've already been sewing for years and years, you're still going to hopefully, fingers crossed, be able to learn so much with us and lots of new techniques, which is very exciting. We're doing quilting, bag making today. We've got dressmaking tips as well coming on later on. So it's something for everybody today. And that's what I love about this. We've got, why do 2 early bird specials when we can do 3? You guessed it, 150 clips. 150 clips, again, with brilliant value for money if you're multi-buying. We're going to be counting these later, aren't we? There you go. So there you go. I'm keeping them separately just so it's easier for us to get back to the house. So now we're at 15 pence a clip. 15 pence a clip for your multi-purpose sewing clips. As I say, they are really lovely quality, nice bright colours as well, so you're always going to see them. How many people have left pins in their bags when they're making projects? Maybe you're making things for children as well, and you're conscious of leaving any pins, or you've got maybe you've got little animals or cats and paws around your sewing room, and you're conscious of pins or children. These are going to be ideal. Maybe your eyesight isn't as good. They're really lovely and bright, aren't they? You can really see them. Taking out pins, I get ever so nervous when I'm going near my machine with pins. Obviously, I know some people, tend to, obviously take them out before they're sewing over them, or some people just go for it and sew over them, and I get ever so nervous when I see people sewing over pins. So this is what's brilliant about it, is that you can hold everything in place and whip them out at your sewing machine really quickly without having to take pins out so quickly. And the great thing is that, as I say, if you're working with fabrics like PU, if you were to pin that, you would permanently pierce a hole. Obviously, with cotton, if you put a bit of heat over it, the hole does close up. But with PU, I mean, I'm going through quite a few layers there, and it's absolutely easily doing the job. And obviously, it's not going to affect my fabric. It's not going to affect the PU. So if I'm putting a binding like I am here onto the PU, the Wonder Clips are going to come in really, really handy. Also, the leather. If you're working with any PU or leather, again, you do not want to pierce. That is a really good grip that it's holding. It opens lovely and wide. It's got a flush side at the bottom, and it's also got little markings. I don't know whether you're going to be able to see this on the camera, but at the bottom, it's also got markings. So if you're measuring and you want to make sure that it's accurate, that make sure that all of your binding is accurate, for example, then this is going to be absolutely ideal, just as a bit of a rough estimate, to be able to bunk up against it. Right, now obviously we've got the bundles, and be aware that our bundle of 150, okay, it's $23.97 for all 150. Bearing in mind the Clover ones are $28.99 for 50. So it's fantastic value for money, and yet we're doing $9.99 for 50. Even our biggest bundle isn't as much as that one. So it's brilliant. Right, let me move these out of the way. Let's focus on what you might use Wonder Clips for. Remember, those of you that are just any sort of crafter and sewer, I think you're going to find these really, really handy. I remember ages ago I saw somebody using one of these style clips, even rolling down their toothpaste and putting one on. I think we use them all the time around the set to hang quilts or to look around. We're always looking for, they become a bit of your life, really. You probably saw one on I went home the other day and I was like, why have I got one on my belt? Remember when my belt kept coming undone? Because I had my microphone on the back of my belt. And it wasn't one with a toggle, so it kept coming off. I was like, I need a clip on it. But they will become part of your life. Pauline's messaging. Hi, Pauline. Does the early bird hold as well as the Clover Clips? So let me show you the difference between them, because you got the 100 pack. She says, I'm looking forward to trying them. Well done, Pauline. And I must say, remember, when you're buying from Sewing Street, you're buying with confidence, knowing that our team of experts that are working so hard behind the scenes, our buying team, have had lots of different samples of different clips sent into them to work out what is the best quality at the best value for money for you. So don't get me wrong, we probably could have found more affordable clips out there that might break on you, whereas actually these are still going to give you that quality. They're still going to hold as well. So let me show you. Let's go with the leather, because it's nice. It's nice to be able to have that confidence, personally, to be able to have that confidence knowing that our team have already done that hard work for you. So there's your Wonder Clip, which is your Clover one, and again, this is your all-purpose sewing clip that we've got today, the non-branded one, and it's just holding the the leather, just like the Clover one. It's going to hold really, really well. Get it home and see for yourself. These are going to be ideal for if you're working with lots of layers. They're going to be perfect for that. Can I show you on the side how strong the spring is, but equally how easy it is to open? It's not stiff. It opens really nicely. when you release it, the grip is nice and firm. So you can see this grip here is going to cling onto your fabric, but without damaging it. So if you're working with any delicate fabrics as well, these are going to be brilliant. It's not like using a bulldog clip or a peg. They are absolutely developed for sewers. They are developed with crafts in mind. So they're flat all along the bottom so that you, of course, can sit along the surface, and you can do your binding along the table, and they're going to sit nice and flush. Just £9.99. Remember also, slight curve in the top, that's going to accommodate even more of the bulk, that if you are going lots of layers, that's going to accommodate the bulk as well. I think they are going to become, if you haven't tried them out already, I know a lot of people that was sort of saying to me, look, I know how useful the clips are. I know how much you talk about clips on air all the time. But maybe at £28.99, it might have been a push for you to say, do you know what, I'll have a go with them. Because you might have thought, do you know what, I'm probably going to need more if I'm going to do binding of a whole quilt. I want to make sure I've got enough of them. So this is a real great chance to try them out if you've never used clips in sewing before. Just £9.99 for a pack of 50. As I say, you don't need to worry about the quantity today because we've got thousands. I love that because I'm going to be talking about it all day, and normally by 9 o'clock I'm saying sorry, early bird sold out. So it is always worth setting your alarm at 8 o'clock because we've never ever had a quantity like this. It is the biggest ever early bird, and those of you that have now checked out your basket, don't forget, even though you've checked out, you can still come back and use that 1p&p all day long. Now that's on the web shop, so if you want to have a look at our 100% cotton half meters, if you're coming in and getting any of Wendy's kits, if you want to have a look at any of the Adjustoforms that we have later, or just any little bits and bobs on the web shop, remember, only 1p&p. I just wanted to update, just remind everybody, especially all the new buyers, because it's really unique actually. There aren't many websites that do that. There aren't many places that offer that service. So it is brilliant that you can come back at any point. Just to clarify, on the website, if you do want clover clips, these ones are on the website. They are ours, and I am absolutely not, I'm not putting those down in any way whatsoever. They're brilliant clips. These ones are called the multi-purpose sewing clips. They are unbranded sewing clips. Just £9.99. I just wanted to offer you a bit of a comparison of what we offer, depending on what you want and what different brands offer or different companies offer. So I thought that was nice and important for us to say. It's like when we come on here and we tell you different sewing machines, or we do different rotary cutters at different price points. It just depends on your budget, where you are in your sewing journey, and what brand you want, basically. So remember, there's the 50 at £9.99. There is 100 that you can get as well for less than £20 still. You can get 100 of them. That's £17.98, which makes it just £17 a clip. 17 pence. Did I say pounds? It's going up quite rapidly. 17 pence a clip. Or the 150 set, which again is less than £25, £23.97 for all 150. They're your three options on your early bird. I will keep you updated on stock. We'll talk to Wendy Orlando about them. Hello, Julie. Julie's messaged in. Just ordered my clips. Woo-woo! Do you know what? I just love the fact that so many people are just taking advantage and getting involved in our biggest ever early bird. Very exciting. Our biggest ever early bird today. Sandra's messaged in. Hi, Pam. Pam's messaged in saying, morning, Vicki. I'm in for these. Oh, brilliant. Just ordered the 100 pack. Oh, I love that. She said, I've used mine for holding back my fringe during lockdown hairstyles. I bet you're not the only person that's done that. That is brilliant. Great invention, great way of using them. So many of you. I will mention them throughout the day and just give everybody an update, especially people who might not have tuned in at 8 o'clock. I'm excited that you've got, of course, another chance, and plenty of chances of getting these today. Call your friends, call anybody that you know might be interested. Make the most of those while you can. Even with the 150 pack, we're still less than £25. Fantastic value. Right, so those of you that are brand new to us and you're thinking, right, I want to be able to buy these and I'm not quite sure how I buy them. This is how you buy. Shopping with us couldn't be easier. If you want to shop online, then you can head to our website, www.sewingstreet.com. It will redirect you to our sister channel Jewellery Makers landing page. Don't worry, you haven't gone to the wrong place. We're simply using their website temporarily while we're building our own web shop. Scroll down past the Watch Live part and you'll see all of the products that you will have seen on air on today's live show. You can also shop our catalogue by clicking a category, clicking a product to view closer and adding it to your basket. Once you're ready to check out, you will need to create an account, which is absolutely free to do so, but it will mean that you can check out on as many orders as you want throughout the day with still only paying one postage and packaging. If you'd prefer to speak to somebody in our UK-based customer service team, then you can do so via the free telephone line number 0800 001 4433. They will not only help you create an account, but will also help you with any of your online shopping. Oh, well done everybody who's managed to check out. There's so many of you there. Karen going through, I know there's a queue on the customer service team phone line, but stay where you are. Oh, there's going to be so many treats today, Wendy. How are you?
I'm fine, good morning.
It's lovely to be back with you.
I'm raring to go this morning.
Oh, I know. We've got so much to talk about. You're a quilter for one.
I am now.
I remember when I first met Wendy and you said, I'm not a quilter.
I don't do quilting. I absolutely don't do quilting, but I'm lucky enough to get the attic windows each month. So I've done a little bit, but this one I've had so much fun with. And you'll be really impressed with me, I've done a little bit of free motion embroidery.
Oh, amazing. It does look great. It looks really lovely. So it comes from, let's start with the book. So it comes from Jenny Roll Quilts in a Week. Pam and Nikki Lintott are fantastic, aren't they?
I've done, when I was in last time with the jelly rolls, and I absolutely love these jelly rolls. I did, I can't remember the name of the pattern, but I did a cushion out of one of the patterns there. So this time I was itching to get my hands on this ruler because I've never worked with triangles before.
Right.
So I really wanted to do this. And this is the one that I really want to do was the honeycomb. But I didn't have the triangle ruler, and you make the honeycomb with that as well.
Oh,
so it's brilliant.
Lovely. We'll come on to the triangle ruler in a second. So this is the book. And the quilt that we're making today, it's £14.99. But just so you know, there's 15. And I love the fact that they're real contemporary quilt designs. Quick and easy, enough to piece together in a weekend as well. They're quite quick to construct, aren't they?
This one is really, really quick because you've got the big, bold pieces as well. And you'll see in a moment how quickly each of the triangles go together.
Lovely.
Each of these are made up of 4 little mini triangles. So
nice.
it's a very, very easy quilt and perfect for beginners, this one.
Fantastic.
Perfect. In fact, the whole book is.
Oh, brilliant. And especially Pam and Nikki Lintott, I know we're going to be talking more about going through a pattern and going through a book with your bag show, aren't we? But similarly with this book as well, I know a lot of people are quite afraid of working from a book.
It's really
and instructions.
daunting.
But actually, the instructions here, they're so clear, so visual, that the images are really, really clear, aren't they?
They're really clear. And, you know, I have a blog with tutorials on, and pictures is the way to go because it's okay telling someone how to do it if you know how to do it, but getting the message across. And of course with the pictures, every step of the way you go, yes, I'm going down the right path, I know what I'm doing. You don't want to get to the end of the project and then find out it looks nothing like the finished thing.
Absolutely. Oh, I also wanted to say the finished size quilt, we've put some bundles together. The finished size quilt that you're going to be able to make with this one is 60 by 72 inches. So it's going to be a really big quilt, isn't it?
I didn't have time. No. And also, you know me, you give me something and I want to make the most that I can out of it. I was actually sent 2 rolls, didn't want to go into the second one. So everything that I've made, and these are the bits that I'm going to be using as well, was made out of the 1 roll.
Yeah.
It's fantastic value.
Now, I know that Pam and Nikki Lintott also work in association with Creative Grids. So this makes your life easier. They talk you through using the ruler. You can do it with or without, but actually it will really... Oh, there you go. So actually you think you need the ruler.
I personally wouldn't try it without the ruler because it's so easy. It takes all the guesswork out. And they explain, as you said, step by step the whole way. Books are a little bit daunting. I know a lot of people like visual and they like to do tutorials. Don't be scared of books. Just read it. Just quickly look through it first. Don't just go straight in. Because even, you know, I've been sewing for 40 years and there's things now I thought, yeah, that's a better way of doing it. So just read the book. But that is brilliant.
So this is your 60-degree triangle. It makes up to an 8-inch finished triangle, but actually it makes loads. It makes more than obviously just this quilt. There's a QR reader on here, which if you have a look on Creative Grid's YouTube channel or online, if you just search the ruler online, honestly, I've worked with this ruler before, and I made like a magic lantern block. There's so much that you can do with it. I know John Cole Morgan, it's one of his favourite rulers as well. And like you say, Wendy, those of you that haven't worked with a triangle, you think, how much am I going to need a triangle ruler?
I didn't think I needed it. I thought, no, because I love the square one because you can do so much with that. And I thought, no, I don't need it. But as I say, I had this last time and I wanted to do the hexagons and I couldn't do it with my straight. And I didn't realise, you wouldn't think that you would need this to make that. But now I wouldn't be without it.
Brilliant. So that's your Creative Grid ruler. It's beautiful quality, and we are going to be using this throughout the demo. We've got 2 different colourways. Now, this autumnal colour, I did match in with the colour theme.
You did.
I think, didn't I?
You did get the memo this morning, didn't you?
We got the memo. So we've annoyingly called this brown. It's not brown. It's all these beautiful, warm autumnal shades. So you're calling it what? Sorry, Hannah. Fall in New England. Fall in New England, she's calling it. She's changed the name. So you get 3 meters of your fabric. This time you're getting, it's not white, it's cream. So the other one's white. We've got like a cream option this time. And then the barley pops. I know you've working before. 3 meters is a lot of fabric. A lot of fabric. That is going to go a long way. But also so does the barley pop. I remember when you first worked with this.
I love them. They are, looking at the price, you think, oh, that's quite expensive. Not at all. For what I've actually made, I love this size quilt. I crochet, so I crochet this size because, especially now, I don't want to say it because we like the heat, but it's starting to get cooler in the evenings. It's really nice just to have it over your lap, and that's the perfect size. And as you can see, I hardly used any.
Yeah. Brilliant. Amazing. When is it getting cooler in the evenings, please? Because
it wasn't last night. Oh,
I was going to say,
goodness.
Last night I had to go get a wet flannel in the middle of the night and lie it on my face because I was thinking...
That was pretty Vicks, wasn't it?
Oh, my word. It was... Did anybody else just not sleep last night? Hannah said, I wish I'd have a wet flannel. I felt like a wet flannel. It was so sticky, wasn't it?
Before we know it, it's going to start. And my favourite season is autumn.
Oh,
and
I love
this
autumn.
just reminds me of walking through the park with all the leaves and all the different colours. So this one, I did say to them, because I have worked with that one and I love that one as well. I said, please send me the brown, and it's amazing.
Okay, no, not the brown, the fall in New England.
Brown's lovely. What's wrong with brown? I
don't know. There's nothing wrong with brown. I just like fall in New England. Okay. So... you've worked with these ones before and they're so pretty, aren't they? This is going to look completely different. It will look beautiful in these colours as well.
That would be amazing for a children's nursery. And as I say, this size, you know, like when the kids maybe aren't well and they just want to snuggle on the sofa, be perfect size.
Oh,
and I think this was I made it a few days ago. I think it took 3 full. Did it take 3 full? Of each of the colourways, and then a little bit extra. So it didn't, I think it used about 18 or 19 strips.
And you get how many in here?
40.
40?
40.
That's unbelievable, isn't it? You're going to be able to do loads with this. And honestly, there's such beautiful colours, the rainbows of colour. Kat's really intrigued to know how you made these big honeycombs out of strips. Really exciting. If we get time, then we will hopefully get to that as well, because that's gorgeous.
There's 2 strips, so there's 2 strips and then 2 strips. And it's the way you cut them. And
don't reveal the secrets. Coming up later.
I might.
Right, so the book, where are we going to start then? What do you want to show us today, Wendy?
Well, I just wanted to show you what you could actually make with it. So you can make the hexagons with the triangle, but also how cute is that?
Oh, amazing.
That is so cute.
And is that using the ruler again?
All I did was sew 2 strips, 2 of these together. And the brilliant thing about the jelly rolls is that they are so precise.
Okay, they're laser cut, aren't they?
And you remember I always going on about my pop sack, you know, your preparation and your seam allowance. It's all done for you here because all you're doing is cutting how long you want the strip, and this was just 2 strips sewn together, and then you cut it, and then you just turn it, and then it changes the colourway each time, so I didn't even have to do that.
I love that you've done all of these different extras as well, just to show us how much we can do with the ruler.
Well, it's a triangle, and it's just a triangle, and you think, but it does so much. And as I say, I was so excited because this is the one that I really wanted to get my hands on. And I wanted to make it look like a flower, so I've done the same, but I think in the book you'll see that they alternate the colours. So these would be striped, but I wanted it to make it look like a flower.
Yeah.
I wanted to make it look like a sunflower.
Look nice in that one as well, wouldn't it? It would look lovely.
Fantastic. And that would be brilliant because we're still having barbecues because it is still warm, so that would be fantastic in the middle of the table. Brilliant. But as I say, this book is, the way that they've written it, everything is there for you.
Right.
Sometimes you may need to, as in most books, go back a stage to have a look to see at... they may have done something previously and then they refer back to that.
Yeah.
But each of the projects themselves, and there's so many in here. I mean, I think
15 different quilts.
Brilliant.
But you can mix and match blocks, I suppose, can't you? You learn lots of techniques.
Can, because most of the sizes, the overall size, apart from obviously the triangle, because a triangle is a triangle, but with the squares, you can mix and match them. And as I say, that just looks so effective, doesn't it?
Oh, I see what you mean. They've got the stripes look between there.
So, I mean, really that kind of gives away a bit how it was made.
Yeah.
But I just wanted you to show that these are 2.5-inch strips.
Yeah.
But I've said to you before, don't look at them as 2.5 strips. Look at them as the chance to be able to create a massive piece of material with all different colours.
Yeah.
Can you imagine, especially in the rainbow one, if that was me and I want to do it one day, I want to get all of them and sew them together to make a duvet cover.
Oh,
because I just think that would be perfect.
Yeah, amazing.
But there are so many projects, and the book alone, I think, I did the Tutti Frutti last time, and I loved that one. But I did that with that colourway, but I think it looked fantastic. But I just didn't have time. I ran out of time.
So we're focusing on the triangle block, aren't we?
We are today. So, and again, it's very easy. It just starts out life as a strip, and that's how they start. And I'm hoping that I've got the strips big enough to be able to show you too, because obviously I'm just very aware that the deal of the day was so amazing that I know that probably didn't have as much time. But
don't worry, we'll be all right, fingers crossed.
Start off with 3 strips. Now, what you can do with these, because if you notice on the quilt at the back, there's 4 different triangles. So I did 4 different colourways of complete strips.
Yeah.
Because that way, then I could just, and you'll notice here that sometimes that colour is at the top on the wider strip, and then it's on the narrower strip, and that's the way you cut them. So you don't even have to do that, it just does it all for you. Right. So first thing, choose, and it doesn't matter which way you have them. So we're just going to sew them together, and I would use, be consistent and use 1/4 inch on your foot. We just put them together. And we sew down the side. Doesn't matter, normally I would say do a locking stitch or a reverse stitch in the back, the beginning and the end, but because we'll be cutting it, it's not really going to be worth it. So we'll just sew down. So it's supposed to be nice today, isn't it, out there?
It's going to be 32 degrees again, isn't it?
Oh, we'll be back on the water today.
But stormy as well.
Oh.
Did anybody have like really dramatic thunder and lightning?
Oh no, but I had the rain.
Right.
I was waiting for the flash and nothing came.
Oh gosh, we had such like amazing lightning, really. I get a bit scared of lightning. I don't normally get scared of storm. Kat was saying the same, but last night it was crazy.
A lot of people are scared. My aunt used to grab the children and run under the kitchen table.
Oh, that must be a generational thing, because my mum said that that's what she happened with her parents at the time. So they were literally always
that's the worst
table.
thing you can do, because then it instills fear in them.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I just look out the window at it, as long as I'm from a safe distance.
Yeah.
I'm just going to sew 1 strip. And then, so to stop them twisting, then I've sewn down this way, so then I turn them round and sew down the other way, and that just stops them twisting, and it'll make them really neat. And so it doesn't matter which one you have in which colourway.
Okay.
Choose, that's your choice, and there's so many different shades. They are gorgeous. I think I'd like to work, I'll put it out there to management, I'd like to work the blue next. That's the only one that I haven't worked with, but this is my favourite.
Brilliant.
What's your favourite?
Oh, do you know what? I can't choose, because I always would say one of the rainbow ones, but I really, really like these autumnal shades.
They are
They're
gorgeous.
so warm and gorgeous, aren't they?
And the matte just there, that took 2 strips.
Oh, yes. Nice, really?
2 strips. So it took a strip for the...
Strip of brown for
Yep,
the
and
inside and then the green for the binding. That looks beautiful.
Can you imagine a set of those?
And with your decorative stitches as well, it's a really good chance to show off your decorative stitches, isn't it?
Yeah, because I think most people are a little bit scared of the decorative stitches. Just have a play. Yeah. It's so much fun. So I've done my... Cat fibbed to me. She said it didn't have a cutter on, but it does.
Oh, it does?
Yes, it does. So now we've done our 3 strips.
Sorry, are you all plugged in?
I'm all plugged in. I forgot to tell you earlier, I didn't want you to burn yourself. I plugged. And again, everyone does it different, but I like to iron the centre one either side. It doesn't matter, but I just find if I start it on its way, just to get it to where I want it to go and then turn it over.
Right. It tends to behave itself.
Yeah, because what you want to grab as much of the material as you can. You want that full 6.5 inches. And if they're 2.5 inches each, which is 7.5, minus the seam allowance, you're going to get to that 6.5. So you do want to grab as much. I might give it a little bit of steam to help it on its way. Do you know, I love ironing. That's my favourite part.
Do you like ironing, or do you like pressing? So do you like ironing clothes and
like ironing, yes.
Do you?
Yes.
Gosh.
I love ironing.
Hello, Sue. Sue's messaging. Sorry, Wendy.
Oh.
Go on. She said, morning, Vicki and team. Good morning, good morning. Just got up to get the early bird offer. Fantastic. Oh, I've been waiting a long time for these. Nice to see Wendy again.
Oh.
Always enjoy her demos. Looking forward to the rest of the show today. Thank you, Sue.
Oh. Honestly, I have these clips.
Yeah.
I don't have the clover. I have these ones. I've had them for years.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to lie, I'm a little bit heavy-handed. I haven't broken a single one.
Oh, wow.
Not a single one. Because that's the worry, isn't it? When you get something that maybe isn't branded, you think, they're not going to be as good. These are brilliant.
Oh, so. Brilliant. Thank you, Wendy.
And I think it always helps when someone has actually used something. Yeah. And I have used these particular ones. In fact, they are in my bag somewhere. So
well done, everyone who's got it.
Well done. So we've sewn our 3 strips together, and now we want to cut them. And it's all in the book. And it tells you that you need to cut them on the 6.5 inch line. So all we do is, I don't know if am I in the right place for you, Kat?
Thank you.
So I want to put the bottom edge on the 6.5 inch line. Now the top should be at the top, but don't worry if it isn't. That's because I probably have just been a millimetre or so out with my seam. So it doesn't really matter, but you want to line this bottom one. And I'm trying to grab as much of the material as I can up to this edge. And then we cut along this line. And this is where I needed my swivel one, wasn't it? Because you really don't want to be... Okay. You want to be cutting away from yourself, never cut into yourself. And the good thing about these is they're non-slip.
Yeah, they've got really great non-slip grips, haven't they? And they're not like the sticky ones that you stick onto your, and then they stick onto your fabric. It's built in, isn't it?
Yeah, it's brilliant. And I mean, the table is moving before that. So that is my first triangle.
Sorry, the table is bad. We know it's wobbly.
Well, no, it's because it's on wheels. I should have bought my hammer and my screws and I'd have been able to sort it out. So we've cut the first one and it's as easy as that. That's it. So now we're going to cut the second one. So we turn the ruler around and we put it on the 6.5. And this time I've got a couple of things that I need to do. Is I need to line it up here and I need to line it up here.
Right.
If you're a little bit uncomfortable about doing that, just move it and cut both of them at the same again. So it doesn't matter if you find that you haven't quite cut it right, because sometimes we're in a little bit of a rush, aren't we? And we don't. And then we just, as I say, always cut away from yourself, never cut towards yourself. And now we've got two triangles, and because we've used the same colourway but we've turned the ruler around, we've now got 2 different.
Right.
And then what I would do, and this is just me because I think it's no secret, I don't do random. I like everything to be in some sort of an order. So then I would put all my different sections in their piles.
Okay.
Which is what I've done here. And then because there's 4 of them, I did 4 different colourways. And then I would just grab one from each of the piles.
Okay.
And then that way you've got them all different.
Yeah.
So it is.
It still looks random.
I was going to say it is kind of random,
but it's organised random.
It is organised random. But having said that, I got a little bit carried away. I was probably listening to my music, and this one actually, I'm quite glad Kat's put it down there. But that one's got 2 of the same colourway.
That's irritating you.
No
one would ever notice it.
No, because it's like in crochet. You're supposed to do something. You're supposed to leave a little mistake in there, and I've done one there. So we've now got our 2 different triangles, and you saw I only used about that much, so you can imagine using. I think again I have had a few sleeps since then.
Yeah, because the strips are.
I think you can get 9 of these out of. I think you can get 9.
Wow.
I think because I needed 10. I needed 10 of each, and I had to just use a little bit of another.
So good, isn't it? So you've got loads left over.
Oh, I mean,
yeah,
and never throw the little bits away. Because
my
new thing, as if you don't know if you've seen, is foundation paper piecing.
Oh, you love it, don't you?
I love it. And that's got loads of ironing in it, so I'm in my element.
Oh, we've got another gorgeous book that you'll love today, actually, coming up in the next hour. I'll show it to you in a bit.
Oh, yeah, I might. Well, you might not be able to show it to them because I might sneak it in my coffee break. So now I've got 4 different. I did want 4 different ones. Yeah, I'm going to cut another one because I do want 4 different. But this is how easy, and you can see I've only got a little piece here, so don't throw anything away. I'm just going to cut one more. So you like working with this ruler?
Yeah, I really do. There's so much content as well online that if you don't know what to do with it, there are so many videos. Everybody in the quilting world, that I find that everybody's really sort of generous and shares every sort of idea, and they're always putting on YouTube. It's fantastic.
That's the amazing thing about the crafting community, and I do loads of crafts. I do lots and lots. Everyone is willing to share. It's fantastic because I used to make and sell my things, but it would take me a blanket would take me 8 hours. Yeah. Whereas I think no, I just want to show people how to do it, and then they can just make it in their own time. So now we've got 4 different colourways. And all you need to think about, it's all in the book, but we're just going to focus on the biggie. So we just want the biggie at the bottom.
Right.
So we just want the biggie. So now we want another biggie.
Yeah.
And we just pop it to the side.
Yeah.
And another biggie. And just pop it there. And then the final biggie.
Oh.
And that's it.
Nice.
So if you just concentrate on putting the big one down first, and then do it all like that, and then we do it exactly the same. So all of them are made this way, every single one of them.
Now also, because obviously with the ruler you lose your point at the top, all of these have got perfect lovely points still, haven't they? So how does that work?
Because if you notice on this one you've lost your point, that's 1/4 inch.
Right.
So as soon as you put this one against here and sew,
see, that's what I love about creative grids. They think of all those things, which actually I thought, I would think I've lost my point somewhere. How have I lost the point?
And I'm not sure how other people, because there will be people doing this and they do it as a living, and I've just picked it up because I don't quilt and I haven't used the triangle before, but I know what works for me. Yeah. So that's why, I will do it a way, but it may not be the right way, but it does work for me. Because with this one here, and there's going to be people at home going, no, you don't do it that way. We're now going to join them together. So the first one, you just lay right sides together, and I start from this end.
From the point?
I do.
Right.
Because then I know that it's perfectly lined up. But you do run the risk of the end being gobbled up in here.
I suppose you could put a bit of fabric underneath, because it's just that the machine doesn't like sewing on nothing, does it? So it chews up the end.
And what I always do, and you'll hear me say this time and time again, start a little bit in, start 2 or 3 mils in, and then do your reverse stitch back. Because you do want to do, now, I said before, don't do a reverse stitch. This one you should do, because we're going to be ironing them and pulling them apart. So you do want to do that. But yeah, I mean, most people probably start at that end, but personally, I find it a little bit easier to start at that end. So I'm just going to sew a 1/4 inch seam, and I'm going to start 2 or 3 mils in, and then just go back to the end and carry on. And for some reason, it likes that. It doesn't mind. It doesn't gobble it up. But this is a brilliant machine anyway. I think I was trying to show it gobbling it up, and it was just not having any of it. It just wouldn't do it. And it's very quiet as well. I reckon I could get away with sewing at night with this one.
Yeah, it is a lovely machine. That's one of my favourites.
It's lovely. And it has got the thread cutter, Cat.
You've given her the 560.
Oh, okay. Did she not mean to give me that one? Did she not mean to give me that one?
That was one that apparently we've been told to hide. Why have we been told to hide that machine?
Oops.
Oh, because we can't get it in stock. Right.
It wasn't me. I changed it when she wasn't looking.
I don't think even Eleanor can get it at the moment. With all the demand, there's so much demand for sewing machines, isn't there?
But
have to
everyone's
hide
had
things.
so much time. Well, people that are working at home, they haven't had the time because they have been working. But those that unfortunately,
have
haven't
had
been
more
able to
time
work,
than normal.
yeah, something like this is brilliant. Yeah. It's fantastic. So the one bit of advice I would do now is when you've sewn them, you need to iron them, and you need to iron the extra fabric over to the sides, and that will become apparent in the moment. So I want to iron that over that way. I wouldn't normally steam, but you've got the air conditioning on in here, which is good because I needed it this morning.
Oh gosh, it's so lovely. When we came in here, it was like, oh, this is what it feels like to be just a normal breeze.
Oh, it's brilliant, wasn't it? So I haven't. There we go. Wasn't behaving. So just put that downstairs. So you'll see that I've ironed this seam back over this way.
Okay.
And what it's done now is it's given us that little point. Because if I'd have ironed it that way, it would have disappeared. Yes, it would have disappeared.
Oh, right. Oh, yes.
So because I've ironed it this way...
That gives you your point.
To be able to sew, because as I said, that I like my point to be able to sew from. So we just do exactly the same. We put them together. Cat's busy in there today, isn't she? She's a busy little bee in there.
Who? What, sorry? Cat?
Yeah.
Can you hear her?
Yeah, I can hear her nattering away. She's probably sorting out what she's going to have for dinner.
She's had a lot of coffee this morning.
Oh, dear.
I couldn't drink my coffee. It was very strong coffee, so I gave Cat my coffee as well.
Oh, gosh. I'm not surprised this machine is out of stock. It's so smooth, isn't it?
We can't keep talking about it though because
we can
messaging in,
no,
going, oh, we really want the machine, but Eleanor can't even get it. We'll let you know when we can.
I think I probably no, because there's another one. You keep spoiling me, letting me play with all these wonderful machines.
It's exciting. Jane's in tomorrow, actually, Jane Brogan. So we'll ask her. We will grill her.
Oh, do it! Absolutely do it. So I'm doing, and you can see here that I've ironed to either side. So you can see that I've ironed, and now what I've done is create that top triangle.
Right.
So that it's all clever stuff,
Makes
isn't
sense.
it? So that when I put these two together now, right sides together, I can line them up. Because you've got your 1/4 inch seam allowance. Otherwise, if you started here, by the time you get to the end, you've got too much left over. But by ironing that little dog ear out. I wonder why they're not called cat ears. They actually look more like cat ears. My dog's ears do not look anything like that.
Cat agrees.
My dog's got big floppy ears that he uses to his full advantage when he wants something. So you didn't get much sleep last night because of the rain?
Do you know what? I didn't. I'm not going to lie. I'm all good though. I feel a lot more awake than I thought I was going to. I did text Hannah this morning and say, oh no, this isn't good. It's like, your alarm goes off when you think, I don't think I've been to sleep. I must have done because I'm absolutely fine, but it was still dark this morning as well. It started to get darker in the morning.
I love the dark mornings.
Do you?
I'm not gonna. I mean, I did stay last night, as I say.
Yeah.
I was
You
talking
went
earlier.
paddleboarding, didn't you?
It's up. We're really into that, and we're so lucky because we live, not far from the beach, which is great. But so I stayed, which meant I didn't have to get up till like 5:30, 6 o'clock. So that's fantastic.
Still unearthly, isn't it?
Oh no, I'm a morning person. Ask me anything after 6 o'clock at night in our house, and it's like, don't bother asking Mum, she won't know. So now with this one. All we're going to do, and this is the easiest one to iron, is we're just going to push it back and iron it. So we're just going to push that one back and iron it. And how neat is that, though?
It's gorgeous, yeah. It is important to do your pressing at each point, isn't it, to get that accuracy.
Definitely, because you want to have the material as neat as it can be at all stages. And then all you do is you cut. I'm going to call them cat ears. Just cut them.
Cut your little cat ears.
Oh, yeah. They do. They look like little cat ears. Just cut those off.
We've got 10 minutes with you, Wendy.
Right. Sorry. Actually, that looks better. And there, that is your finished.
So then you
triangle.
so obviously your white blocks are just, or your cream in this instance, you're just again cutting large triangles.
What I did, they do say in the book to use a 12-inch triangle. I've never seen a 12-inch triangle, but because I wanted them exact, I cut them, I use this as the template.
Right, good
because
idea.
then it's going to be exact. But again, you do need to make sure that you do that dog ear because you don't want to start at one end and then fold it back. You want to make sure that you join them in the same way. And then I quilted this. I don't want to touch it in case it comes down, although it's got its clips on. And then I did show you the different ways. So I've got a bit of free motion that you could do on them. Or what they do in the book is, I think they go all the way in the centre. But all I did then, and I like to have all my ends tied at the back. So I didn't want loads of ends here. So I just started and just went round and kept going round and kept going in and using my foot. Because use your feet, that's what they're there for. Just use your feet. And then, or you don't have to at all.
Yeah.
You can just sew them and just leave them.
Right.
And then I put binding on the edge, and I think on this one I use 5 strips.
Brilliant.
So again, you know, it doesn't take much of the roll. And then I was able to use. So I mean, that's you've seen me sew the mini triangles together, so it will be quite easy to sew those. Would you like me to show you how to make the hexagon? Yes,
brilliant. For the binding as well, I know that when I was talking about binding, you were nodding when I was talking about clips. They're really handy, aren't they, for binding?
I've never made a secret of it. I don't like pins.
Yeah.
Because when the kids were small, I would, how sad is this? I'd start off with 10 or 20 and then make sure that I had the same amount because I couldn't bear the thought of them, and especially with animals.
Yeah.
Whereas these, yes, I mean, they're going to hurt if you tread on them, but nothing like a pin.
Yeah.
So, but as I say, I've yet to break one.
Brilliant.
So they are very, very good. So what colourway? This is so pretty. Let's have a very autumnal colour. I mustn't use brown, must I? Sorry. So I'm just going to sew 2 strips together. And with these ones, I did the same colour. Nice. So I'm going to show you now what it looks like with 2 different colours.
This looks great, doesn't it? The honeycomb. That looks so cool. Because you could applique that onto like a quilt, couldn't you?
In fact, when I sent the picture in, I thought, oh, maybe they think I've actually put that on there because it did look like I just laid it on to take the picture. But yes, you could. But the honeycomb quilt is lovely, and all you just do is make more than you need, and then you cut the edges straight.
Right, okay.
So, but there is diagrams in there.
Yeah, there is a full honeycomb quilt. Obviously, we've done a little bit with some of the fabric that's left. But you could just do the honeycomb quilt if you want. With your bundles, you could just do, you know, honeycomb. I like the way that they've used the different shades of colours, but the same colour palette. Do you know what I mean?
I love, yeah.
That looks really, really lovely.
And I think people are put off with jelly rolls because they are just 2.5-inch strips. But within that little bag, and they're not very big bags, within that little bag of jelly rolls, there's so much that you can do. And the good thing is, no 2 people will have the same thing. They'll use different fabrics. And because the fabric has been cut the way it's been dyed, you're never going to get the same piece twice anyway.
Oh, I love that. I do. I really want to go to Bali to see how they do.
I've never been.
No, me neither.
Have you never been?
No, I'd love to go and see how they do the traditional dyeing.
Well, I think really we should know what we're talking about, really.
We should. Yeah. I think we should put it to the management.
I think we should. Oh, no, I'm in their bad books because I keep misbehaving.
No.
The trouble is, when I get the giggles.
It's not with me, though. It's with John, isn't it? It's bad influence.
He is. I keep saying to him he's got those really sparkly eyes that he just says something and then it just sets me off. Morning, John, if you're watching. Sorry. So those 2 colours are amazing because they almost look like a mirror image of each other, don't they? I've done a little bit more than I need here, but that's okay. brilliant. But how easy was that just to create the strips? Just sew two strips together. And then you're just going to be amazed at how easy this is. All I'm going to do now is put it on the 3. I think it's 3.5 and 8. So I'm lining that up on the 8.
Yeah.
And that on the 3.5.
Right.
No, I'm not even going to risk it. I am quite good with my right hand, but not that good. This is where I need that rotating one, isn't it?
Oh, yeah, the rotating cutting mats on the website.
Yeah.
I don't know why we haven't got you a rotating cutting mat out,
I know.
actually.
You give me this project and then you do that to me. But that's
actually
fine.
nice to see how you would have to struggle. It's nice to see you struggle without it. That's what I'm trying to say.
Thank you for that one.
That's what I'm thinking.
But see, I'm not going to struggle now because now I've already got that angle. So now I've just again line it up on the 8 and the 3.5. But as I say, it's all in the book. And there's the little mini one.
Oh, look at this! It's so cute. Little coaster.
That was just with a 2.5 inch strip.
Oh, I suppose then you can just play around with them, can't you? You can just,
Sorry, I'm just trying to get it round the right way. I want to make sure I'm not cutting. No, I was the right way. I was the right way. I'd say you should never ever cut towards you. You should always cut away. Right, the reason I may not get that last one out, but I just wanted to show you, I'll just cut 3 of them out to save wasting time. But you can either cut that.
Oh, yes.
Or Kat likes that one, doesn't she?
Yeah.
Right. Or
Bourbon biscuits.
that.
Oh, yeah. That looks completely different, doesn't it?
So because every other one is going to be different because you're turning the triangle round to cut. So you can either have, that's my favourite, that one. Definitely. That's Kat's favourite, yeah. Definitely that one.
That's going to look amazing.
That reminds me of toffee and fudge.
Yes. Chocolate gatto.
Oh,
nice. Nice. You're not a chocolate person, though.
Well, I was, but I'm not really, I can take or leave it now.
That's so good. Oh, I wish I could do that.
Dark chocolate I like. So.
Thank you ever so much. We're going to have a little roundup. Thank you. You're back with the bag, and we're going to go back to basics as well,
Definitely
aren't we?
back to basics with the bag.
Brilliant. So those of you that haven't started bag making before, make sure you stay tuned for the next hour. We'll see you in an hour.
Will do. See you soon.
Those of you that haven't purchased yet, this is how you buy. Shopping with us couldn't be easier. If you want to shop online, then you can head to our website, www.sewingstreet.com. It will redirect you to our sister channel Jewellery Makers landing page. Don't worry, you haven't gone to the wrong place. We're simply using their website temporarily while we're building our own web shop. Scroll down past the Watch Live part and you'll see all of the products that you will have seen on air on today's live show. You can also shop our catalogue by clicking a category, clicking a product to view closer, and adding it to your basket. Once you're ready to check out, you will need to create an account, which is absolutely free to do so, but it will mean that you can check out on as many orders as you want throughout the day with still only paying one postage and packaging. If you'd prefer to speak to somebody in our UK-based customer service team, then you can do so via the free telephone line number 0800 001 4433. They will not only help you create an account, but will also help you with any of your online shopping. Oh my word, I've got to tell you. Wendy's literally just said, I didn't know Joe was your other half. It was like, no, that's my brother. Oh no, that's really creeped her out. Can you hear her? Dearie me, she's freaked out now. Right, the book. Very, very popular quilt up behind me on the wall. It's absolutely gorgeous. There's so much you're going to be able to do. Even though, I mean, you've got 15 big contemporary quilts in here. Remember, you can take them and make them smaller, do little lap quilts. You could do cushions. You could do bags even. You could use concepts. You could mix and match them. You could do, let me show you, smaller quilts, bigger quilts. You can keep repeating. You could do anything that you like. There's the one that we were looking at today. How different, again, in different colourways is it going to look? Gorgeous in today's bundles, absolutely gorgeous. But there's loads that you're going to learn from Pam and Nikki Lintott. And as I say, they use a lot of course, this is all about jelly rolls. So 2.5-inch strips, absolutely perfect. But of course, you can cut your own. You don't need to have jelly rolls. You can cut your own from your fabric. Perfect to work with creative grids though as well. I know that Pam and Nikki Lintott are huge advocates of creative grid and use them a lot with their patterns. They work with them. So this is your creative grid ruler. Now I'm on the same sort of page as Wendy, where I was saying, right, how much am I going to be able to do? I'm going to be able to cut 1-inch, 2-inch, 3-inch, 4-inch, 5, 6, 7 and 8-inch triangles, and that's it. Oh, no, was I wrong? There is so much that you're going to be able to do with this ruler. Literally have a look online. 60-degree triangle from Creative Grid. There is so much that you can do with this. Over half the stock of this has gone. Now, we did have, I should say, quite a big quantity of these left, and loads of you have made the most of that today. So do take advantage. This little, I want to call it like a little leaflet in the front, is actually your instructions as well. There's some great instructions, so keep hold of that. Kat's recommending to laminate it. Why? So you don't rip it? Oh, because ours are ripped. Kat is one of these people who's so organised. I would never think to laminate it. But that's why I've probably lost mine, hence why I'm telling you, don't lose yours. But yeah, good idea. Did you say somebody else has laminated it? Someone put it on the Facebook page. Right. It's not even Kat's own idea. Right, let's do the bundles. The Fall in New England bundle. Brown. This is brown. $59.99 for all 40 of your 2.5-inch strips, laser cut, different fabrics, 2 of each design. There is loads in there to dive into, and it is with 3 meters of cream. It would look lovely. Do you know what? Even if you're just thinking, right, there's a different design I really like in here, this is always going to come in very useful, isn't it? Or if you're thinking of other things to do with it. We have got the Barley Pops just on their own, though. So if you do just want this gorgeous autumnal colourway in Barley Pops, $39.99. It never does it justice when you're seeing it. Don't get me wrong, it looks so satisfying seeing it all laid like this. But actually, when you open the pack, you'll be amazed at how much fabric you've got. And when you start sewing with it, especially, as Wendy was saying, it goes such a long way. So that's your Barley Pops. We've also got the rainbows, called Pastel. There's also like a brighter rainbow you see in Barley Pop. Have a look on the website because there are a couple on there. This is Pastel. So you get your white, 3 meters, and all of your 2.5-inch Barley Pops. If you do maybe want a different colour background and you're thinking, right, I just want the Barley Pops on their own and I want to go for a real dark grey background, or even a black background would look cool, wouldn't it? What about like a pastel-y pink in the background? Have a look on the website. Remember, you can mix and match. You can have a look, type in 100% cotton on the website, and there's so much that's going to be, there is so much that's going to go with this. Plenty of choice on our web shop. You would need 3 meters if you want to do this isn't the finished size, by the way. I know that it will actually be bigger. The bundle will make, let me find you. I did say it earlier on, it is, hold the line, please, caller. 1 second. 60-inch by 72-inch finished size with the bundle. So if you do maybe want more, add to your order. Add to your order on the website. You can have a look and get some of the pastel colours that are going to look lovely. Okay. Right, we have got so much coming up. It's kits next, isn't it? We've got some kits, we've got some more great inspiration, we've got some books, which I love, the Foundation Paper Piecing book that I was just mentioning to Wendy, the So Magical one. Oh, love it, that's in stock as well. Those of you that missed the early bird special, oh my word, we will talk about it again in just a few minutes. Do not go anywhere, we're back after this. If you'd like to get in touch with us during our live show and send in any messages or any questions, then you can do it on studio@sewingstreet.com. Alternatively, you can message us on our official Facebook page.
Hi, I'm Debbie Shaw, and as a professional sewer, I really know how important it is to use a high quality thread. Well, you think about it. You spend a lot of money on your sewing machine, you'll spend a lot of money on fabric, and you'll spend a lot of time sewing. So why let your thread let you down? I know a lot of our designers and customers prefer to use Aurifil thread. Now this is a family business. It was established in 1983 and they're based just outside Milan in Italy. They produce superior quality threads for domestic and professional sewers alike, and they've achieved worldwide success with quilters, sewers, embroiderers and textile artists who all appreciate the versatility and the strength of these threads. It's all made from Egyptian cotton, which is grown just at the side of the River Nile, and Aurifil only use the long staple threads, which gives their thread that strength. Each one of these threads goes through 15 steps before it even gets onto a spool and then comes to you to use in your sewing projects. Now at Sewing Street, we've collaborated with Aurifil and we've brought you 2 collections of threads. So we have the Quilters collection, and these are exclusive to Sewing Street. We've done a lot of research with quilters, and these are the colours that you prefer to use. So we put a whole collection together for you. The second collection is the Essential collection. So this is for the homemakers, for the bag makers, for the craft sewers, for the dressmakers. And again, these have been proven to be the most popular colours that you're going to use. So if you want your projects to last longer and your seams to be stronger, invest in some quality thread.
Hi, I'm Wendy Orlando and I'm a craft blogger. You can find me over at thecraftyco.com, and if you do head on over and have a peep, you will see that I'm a tutorial blogger. I do all kinds of crafts, but my passions are crochet, knitting and sewing, which I've done for over 45 years. In that time, I've made lots of mistakes, but I have learnt lots of tricks and top tips that I can't wait to share. What I'd like to bring to the Sewing Street table is to show that you don't need to have gone to university or have a degree in design to be able to sew. You just need passion, a bit of courage to take the first steps, and a whole lot of patience. Oh, and an unpicker. You will need an unpicker. I do hope that you will follow me as I take my Sewing Street journey, and I look forward to seeing you all again soon.
If you'd like to get in touch with us during our live show and send in any messages or any questions, then you can do it on studio@sewingstreet.com. Alternatively, you can message us on our official Facebook page.
Hi there, my name's Alison Marion and I'm thrilled to be joining the Sewing Street family. I live in Staffordshire where I run a couple of sewing groups, and I have a passion for vintage sewing machines and also applique. I've stitched in some form for as long as I can remember, but I absolutely love teaching and helping people stretch their skills and hopefully demystifying some of the techniques that can be quite daunting for beginners. So I'm looking forward to meeting the team and getting into the studio. See you soon.
Welcome back, welcome back. Oh, we got loads of kits to show you. Those of you that were awake bright and early with us for the early bird special today, you may have heard it was our biggest ever early bird this morning. Biggest ever. I mean, we could have launched these at any time, really, couldn't we? We could have bought these on as a special, but our buying team made extra effort to because we bought so many, that's how we've managed to get this brilliant price. So, today's early bird came in 3 different parts. We had a 50 pack, 100 pack and 150 pack of all-purpose sewing packs. So there's 50. That has been the most popular option. So I've put that on a piece of paper just so it's easier to move around. But you're getting 50 of your all sewing purpose clips. Right, loads of you getting involved, including so many brand new buyers. Oh, it's brilliant. If it is the first time that you've ever checked out, you can now, remember, buy as many things as you want throughout the day and still only pay 1 postage and packaging. So if you do want to stock up on anything else, make the most of it. Well done every single person that's got theirs. They're really, really good quality as well. I mean, obviously you can get different branded ones, which we've had here on the show and we have on our website from Clover, and for 50 it's £28.99. They're really lovely quality, but the reason our buying team have been so excited about this is that it's been a long time in the making, if I'm honest. They've had a lot of suppliers sending them different clips, and they've been really doing a bit of an elimination process of which ones we wanted to bring to air. And we did have more affordable options out there, but we wanted to still bring you the quality. So for the quality and the price, this is how to get the best value for money. Brilliant. We've had hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of you already check out today. We're less than 20p a clip when you're looking at the 50 bundle. If you do want more clips, it's slightly better value for money actually. It's 19 pence a clip for 50. It's 17 pence a clip when you're looking at 100. So if you are binding large quilts or you know that you want more, then it's definitely worth making the most of it when we're still less than £20. Bearing in mind the branded Wonder clips from Clover that we were talking about, which we always talk about, for 50 it's £28.99. So we're still even lower than that, and we're looking at 100. These are our multi-purpose sewing clips. They are not branded. But we're really still proud of the quality of these. They still have that lovely arch, so it means that you're going to be able to get lots of layers through there. They've got a really great grip, but it's not going to damage your fabric. So if you're using fabrics like PU or leather or anything that you don't want to pin into, basically, then these are going to be absolutely ideal. I know you might think, right, well, I could use a peg, or I could try a peg or a bulldog clip. These are specially developed for sewers and crafters. They've got a flat bottom, so they sit along your flat surface. So if you are doing binding especially, otherwise it's not going to lay flat, and that's really important when you are binding. Also, they've got this lovely curved domed edge, so it is going to allow for all of the bulk if you are doing bag making, if you're doing dressmaking even. These are ideal. They've got a really lovely firm grip when they're shut as well. Ow, I shouldn't really put my finger in there. But they have got a great firm grip. So you know when you're looking at a peg, for example, you can still kind of pull things out, can't you? Whereas these have got a really great firm grip. So that is, where's my other 50? The 150 is the most popular bundle, did you say? It's the most popular bundle. So if you do want 150, it's again, slightly better value. Slightly better value. It's just 15 pence a clip. So if you do want to make sure you got loads and loads and loads, you get all 150 of those, still under £25, £23.97. Maybe, you're making cat beds or dog beds. Cat's getting a new dog. She wants to make a dog bed, and she doesn't want to use pins. Maybe if you work in the living room and you do have paws around and you're thinking, right, I don't want to drop a pin on the floor. Whether it be a paw or a foot, you don't want to tread on a pin, do you? £23.99. When Kat worked on Panto, she says the amount of pins that I found still in costumes is ridiculous. Oh no, really? Kat, you shouldn't leave pins in costumes. She says the actors would come off and say, something's poking there. There was a pin in there. Kat, she says it wasn't me. £23.97. Remember, that is for all three. It is the early bird special, the biggest early bird we have ever done. Very excited about today's early bird specials. So, well done to everybody who's checked out. If you've already checked out, then you've paid your postage and packaging for the day. You've paid your P&P for the day. So, should we introduce some things that you may have noticed or you may have not noticed that are now back in stock? So, if you've already paid your postage, let's give you some exciting updates. Now, we're going to be seeing this later on with Wendy. This is brilliant if you're doing dog beds, cat, or cat beds, anything like that. If you do want to do storage tubs, even, well, the bag, oh, I haven't got it here, but the bag that we saw we saw earlier on that we had the Wonder clips in, that was used with it. This backpack's got it in. If you want something that's got structure, and I love that in a bag, especially, sometimes when you've got a handbag and it just collapses down on the floor and you can't find anything, this is going to stop that from happening. So even if you really pack it down, it almost sort of pops back into shape without getting loads of creases. You're not going to need to keep ironing it. It's brilliant. So the size that you're getting is this much. That's a 1/2 metre. So it is going to be cut off the bolt as well for you, so you can buy the 1/2 metre. This is 1 unit for £6.99. Now, I've had sewing foam before. The great thing about Starville is this is an official Vaseline product, and the reverse of it is adhesive. How exciting is this? So the reverse of it, you can actually iron onto your fabric straight away, which makes life fantastic, because don't get me wrong, sewing foam is brilliant and you can sew through it, you can. But I know that you might need a walking foot, or you might be, it is something that you might be thinking is quite bulky. This is where your clips are going to come in really, really handy, because it is more bulky. But ideal to be able to, you can machine wash it as well. So if you have made a dog bed or a rucksack like this, then you can put it in the wash as well. Don't just think, oh, it's not like a paper structure or something. It is a robust foam, basically. But it is brilliant that this is adhesive. It's the first time I've seen a foam that has that adhesive. £6.99 a 1/2 metre. That backpack that we were doing, we couldn't even sell the Starville because it was out of stock that day. So it's brilliant that it's back in stock. I just thought I'd let you know, as lots of people have opened their order this morning. So I just thought, right, before we even show you this with Wendy, she's actually going to be using this because it was completely out of stock. She says I wasn't sent any. So she's going to be using this very one in an hour, but it's back in stock. You can make the most of that. If you go to the Vaseline website, this isn't just any sewing foam. This is Vaseline products, of official Vaseline products. So you can have a look onto their website and they'll give you lots of different ideas for it. They were saying if you're making mobile phone cases or glasses cases as well, it just gives it a really good cushioning to protect it. So it's a bit more structured. What about for things like your rotary cutters and your scissors, if you're going on the move, if you do want to protect something, that's perfect. They also suggest for caps or hats as well. It's going to, again, just give it lots of lovely structure. These are all things that wouldn't actually occur to me, so thank you for that, Hannah. They've also said for creative needlework and 3-dimensional effects. That's interesting. If you've done anything like that, will you let us know? Will you get in touch? Because I'm intrigued. Oh, I'm intrigued. Yeah, that'd be brilliant to see. So that's your Starville. Starville Fix. If you've been waiting for that and you've just managed to get it, well done. It's £6.99 today, which is brilliant value for money. So, talking about back in stock, I've got, let me just move the doorstop out of the way because we'll be talking about that in a minute. It's going to be good for your doorstop. But if you've already paid your postage, it's not like when you go to the post office and they say, right, pop your bits on the scale, and you go like that and it's like, oh no, how much is this going to cost me? I'm not going to add a kilogram weight to the scales and my postage is going to go through the roof. Whereas actually, your recycled polythene pellets, just £5.99, and that is still included in your postage and packaging. You can multi-buy them, you still only pay 1p, which if you've already paid it with your early bird, then that's it. May as well make the most of it. Loads if you already have. And they're recycled as well. I heard Hannah talking about these the other day and she was telling me, she was educating us about, she was telling me, I was at home, she was telling me. I think I really connected with Hannah when she was on. You were telling us about, I was going to say, weevils, that was it. I was going to say wurzels. Not wombles. Wombles don't know if they're real or not. I don't want to say that they're not, but I'm not sure. But weevils are a thing. They can grow in your in all of your doorstops and things if you're using certain wheats or I don't know. What is it that you use with weevil? How do you get weevils? Rice. Right. Okay. Sometimes a lot of people use dishwasher salt as well, which is great. But it can get, if it gets damp, it's going to all bubble over. And not all dishwasher salts are okay with pets either. So I know that, yeah, Hannah's dog friend, Hannah's friend's dog, oh my word, Hannah's friend's dog chews everything at the moment. So if there were dishwasher salts in there, it probably wouldn't have been great. But these, remember, are recycled polythene pedicts. And you'll put these in a bag within your project as well. Hannah just talks to lots of animals. So Hannah's, Yeah, Hannah's dog friend likes to chew everything at the moment. £5.99 for your, I mean, it's a lot of plastic pellets. So these are going to be great for your doorstops. Oh, where are they? They're always dotted around the set. You always notice them. This is one of the latest. So you get your instructions. This only launched on our Christmas weekend, which you get your instructions, all of your instructions with lovely photographs. We did this with Wendy, actually. We did do this with Wendy. She loves Christmas. You get your interfacing, your bonder web. And you get, let's have a look at your panel. This is exclusive to us. It is a gorgeous gingerbread house. Oh, I love it. Look, you've got your little candy cane heart window. You've got your little wreath on the door. Hang on, let me go there. There you go. Look at your Christmas puds. Oh, they're cute. All of your pieces to make your gingerbread house for £17.99. That's your pre-printed exclusive panel to us. Tell you what, that's a great price, isn't it, for the kit? So what is it that you would fill this with? Would you fill it with like your toy filling? I had some toy stuffing. In fact, you get toy stuffing with it. You do. So you get a bag of this already in it. So you get that. You get your panel, your instructions, and your bonder web. But if you want to make a separate little sack that you put some plastic pellets inside, maybe use a bit of scrap fabric or calico. I think there's natural seeded Osnaburg on the website at the moment as well, really, really affordable. So if you just make a little sack with this in the bottom, it's just going to sit nicely at your door. Which at the moment, I mean, I had the door wide open till so late last night, just trying to get as much air in as possible. But then it started to storm and everything started slamming. The windows started shutting. I was like, oh, this is really scary now. So yeah, these are great to just keep everything nice and weighty. I'm thinking for bookends as well. These would be nice, wouldn't they? Oh, I love that. Absolutely love it. Christmas one as well. Oh. That is perfect. £17.99. Right, I'm going to move the plastic pellets to the side. Have we got any other doorstops to show you? There's some other on the website. There are some other on the website if you want to have a look on the kits section. Obviously, we can't show you all of the kits. What's going to be the next one? So what have we got? The pet shop on Sewing Street. We've got the gingerbread house. This is the this is the gingerbread house, by the way. There's your gingerbread house. Oh, I love it. Sorry, the bunny's falling down. Let me just move her because we're exposing ourselves. There we go. Right. We're going a little bit fantasy. I've just shown Wendy in the break this book because I know how much she loves foundation paper piecing. The So Magical book. She literally just started a couple of weeks ago. And we had the New York, what was it called? The New York Flying Geese book or something. I'm calling it New York. Do you know which one I mean? Anyway, that sold out when we had it on with Wendy. She did such a great demonstration with foundation paper piecing, and I know so many people love it. If you want something a bit magical, and don't get me wrong, this isn't just for children. There's some great projects in here for all ages. Fairies aren't just for children. So you've got, for £20.99, you're going to be able to learn how to do the most incredible foundation paper pieced projects. And lots of these, you can see that all of these ones, this one, you can mix and match. This one, and this one, you can mix and match. And obviously you've got your squares ones as well, but I will show you. So, I've forgotten her name, Mary. This is Mary, who has obviously written the book, and she sent us a lovely clip telling us about it. So it tells you how to prepare your patterns. If you want to add a quarter ruler, have a look on the website. There might be some still available, fingers crossed. But look at the unicorn. You get such great precision from doing foundation paper piecing. You get accuracy that I just don't think I would certainly be able to get without doing it in this method. These large pillows. Look, you've got a gnome. You could do it in Christmas fabric. How cool is that? Look at your little fairy as well. different cushions. You could do a quilt. This is what I'm talking about different placements. So because I said you can get that one, that one, that one, that one, that one, that one, you can swap them around to do whatever you want. So if you want to make this into a mermaid and seahorse quilt, you can. So even though, you know, it says here, how many projects have we got? Well, it says 16 blocks. There's 16 different blocks that you're going to be able to mix and match, basically. Look, there's your seahorse. Your lovely mermaid. You've got backpacks in here. It isn't just quilts. It's backpacks, it's cushions, it's quilts as well. And then you get all of your templates, which I wonder whether we've got any of the foundation paper piecing paper on the web. I'd love to just do loads of different dragons in cool different colours. The mermaid, I love her. Absolutely love her. The wizard as well. It is so clever. The eagle. No, it's not an eagle. What's this called? A what, sorry? Gryffindor. Oh, just a griffin. Just a griffin. I knew it was something like that. £20.99. It's brilliant. And those of you that haven't tried foundation paper piecing, Mary really does talk you through step by step. I wonder if this, when did we launch this? Do you know, Hannah? Just because it says on the graphics that it's exclusive. The only reason I say it is because the graphics say exclusive. Now, I know we had exclusivity for the week. I don't know whether that was over a week ago now. So I think that might need to be changed. We'll find out. But there are such beautiful projects in here. We had all these in the studio and they're amazing. Look at the Cyclops. How cool is that? Oh, I just know my godchildren would love these. Unicorn with your barley pops. With any of your little cuts, you know, when Wendy said, don't get rid of any of your little, you know, your smaller pieces. She says, do you know why? Because I love foundation paper piecing. I'd keep them. You could start setting up like a little pot of scraps that you're going to make your magical kit. Less than 20 remaining of these. For £20.99. The castle's amazing. But you could change that into some sort of like, well, you could do all sorts with it, couldn't you? You could do, you know, fabric like this. You could do, I've got a fabric at home. Like it looks like paper in a packet that you print photographs onto, but it's fabric. And you could almost do like different faces in windows, couldn't you? There's Hannah, and there's her dog friend. What's your friend's dog called? Oh, there's Hannah and Fletcher. Fletcher's the dog. Oh, it's her boyfriend, I see. It's not just a friend. It's very furry. He's gentle. Oh. Sloppy kisses. He went to show you what? His most prized possession. Oh, his blanket. Oh, we're allowed to touch it. He just showed you and then he moved it away. Oh. He says that was, yeah, probably the best date I've been on in a while. £20.99. Then take it away. Right. Right, it's just getting a bit weird today, isn't it? I must say, I didn't get much sleep last night, did you? I think I'm a bit delirious still. I might be still asleep. Might still be dreaming. Do you ever think, hang on, is this actually real? When I started talking about Hannah's date that she's been on with the dog. Right. I question it all. Let's do the kimono quilt. This was on with Sally Stevens. This one. No, this one. Sorry. Right, now I can show you the finished quilt if you'd like. It's a brand new Moda collection. This has already been bundled for us. This was bundled especially for us. So the kit is together with all of your instructions, which will come nice like this. It's a 76-inch quilt by 50-inch quilt, which I can show you in a second. There's your instructions. It comes with all of your pattern pieces and all of your written instructions. Sally demonstrated this, which you can watch back, of course, on YouTube as well. Their Moda fabrics are beautiful. It was last Friday, which was the 7th. Friday the 7th, if you do want to watch it back. I'll show the fabrics and then we can have a look at what it looks like. All of these fabrics, that was lovely, isn't it? 8.5 meters in total, and that is to make this. I wonder whether I can bring this around the front of the desk like this. I feel like I'm going to make a mess with my... Look at this. Applique. Beautiful colours. We're loving this sort of autumnal theme, aren't we? The warm, lovely colours, aren't they? Quite traditional, aren't they? Hannah's just not saying the word warm today because it's making her warmer. She says, I don't think I've ever been this hot. Put the window open. Oh dear. Is it already this hot? Oh my word. Stay indoors today. It's too hot, isn't it? What do you mean you stuck to the table? Where are you sitting? Oh, her elbows. Oh dear, it's not a good day, is it? £119, and that is a huge, huge quilt. £8.5 meters of fabric, not just any fabric either. Beautiful Moda. Beautiful Moda. That's amazing, isn't it? I do love those fabrics. Really classy. Really, I do love that traditional Moda feel. I think that's just completely timeless, isn't it? And it's got the actual breakdown on the instructions. It's got the actual breakdown of the fabric there and how much you've got and what to cut. So it's got all of your cutting instructions. The designer of this fabric collection bases the collection on actual vintage fabrics. They're reproductions of vintage fabrics. You can see obviously those lovely prints. And they're not of shirts and dresses, do you know what I mean? They are going to work for quilting. They're really lovely. But all of your patterns are here. You will need to just sellotape them together like that. Let me just show you. Right. That is one of the latest quilts that we've had. It's been so popular that it went straight off the end of the desk. I'm just trying to keep my my sewing clips all together nicely. There we go. Yeah. Right, okay. Let's do the backpack because we did this. We were talking about the foam, weren't we? Those of you that have got your style file, these are brilliant. Now the book isn't in the bundle. We've put a book together separately. So the book, 15 stunning projects, and there's so many that you're going to be able to use your style fill with. So for £12.99, you have got Debbie Shaw, our gorgeous Debbie Shaw. She's actually been nominated for awards for this series of books. I'm not sure which book it was. Was it the Satchel one? But I think we've got it in the next hour. I think we've got the Satchel one. Yeah, we have. So in here, you have got your, I will make sure I put it back in. You've got in here your template, your plastic template, which is a game changer because all of your templates are on here. So it's so easy. So all of your instructions, which we will go through with Wendy in a bit, all of your lovely bags, there's so many different convertible tote bags, zip backpack. I love the one with the little bear on as well. There's your drawstring backpack. Where's our bear? There he is. Look at him. He's so sleepy. Cuddly bear backpack, like me. They're just so adorable. I love them. There's so many different styles. So basically, when you get it, let's say it's this one. Or no, hang on. Let me have a look for the backpack because that's the one that we're going to be doing. They're all backpack bags, obviously, but different ways. It's not that one, is it? It's that one. It's that one. I'm in the top tips then, wasn't I? So it starts off at the beginning with all of your tips and techniques and all of the different transferable skills. So it will draw you back to, if it's got a piped edge, to go to here, or if you need to add a firm base, or if you want to do a zip panel or a letterbox, which is brilliant because it means that you can also mix and match some of the designs. So if you love this pocket on the front here, but you want to make that bag and you want to put a pocket on it, you can do that. So that's what's brilliant. So basically this one, which is the one that we're doing, which is the one that I've got the kit for, it gives you how a real full breakdown on how to use the template. So it highlights, let's say with this one, it highlights exactly which part of the bag you need. So you're going to need this template, you're going to need these end panels, it highlights, you're also going to need one of those, you're going to need this one, your pocket. You're also going to need, as I say, the base on the fold, place on fold. It's really clear to use your plastic template. And look, you've got your little eyes and nose and mouth, even that's not left to you. It's all clearly labelled and you can just mark out, you can use it again. You can also see through it. So if you've got any fabrics that you want to do fabric placement on pockets and things, you can do it really clearly. Debbie has done a fab job creating this. I've never seen another instruction book that offers a template like that it's reusable, easy to store away. And I know that she did go back and forth. It was a bit of a trial and error process and has come up with something she's very, 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 very proud of. I'm not being biased, but she's the best, isn't she, our Debbie Shaw? Very, very lucky to have her. Right, I'm going to put this back in later. Remind me. That will be a job for later. Okay. So that's your backpack books, 15 different stunning backpack designs. And I love a backpack, especially as I've really got into my walking during lockdown. Been walking here, there and everywhere. And backpacks are essential, really. I just don't like having a bag with me when you're going on a proper walk. You need your hands, and also you don't like to be weighed down from one side. You like to have that distribution, even. It's better for your back, isn't it? And I like to take, a sandwich with me, or like take a few snacks and a drink, bottle of water. I need a few bits with me. So really, really handy to have. I'm ready. And I must say, a lot of backpacks, when I've tried to look for them online or look for them in shops, they're all sporty ones. When you're looking for like walking ones, I love the fact that this is just really, really lovely. It's got these beautiful sort of raised gold. They're not like studs. They're just raised, what would you call them, Hannah? It's like just texture. It's just a textural thing. They're lovely. Be aware of them when you're ironing them, because if you iron them, you probably lose these little gold dots. So I'd iron it from the reverse or put a pressing mat over it, because they're lovely, aren't they? This fabric, every time we have it by the half metre, it sells out. So many people love this for bag making, for dressmaking. It's really cool. So the book's obviously got your instructions, but if you've got a bag in mind or a project in mind, you get a metre of each of your fabrics. So a metre of the light blue for your lining and a metre of your denim. And it is a denim fabric. It is denim. It's just a lightweight. It's a very lightweight denim. That is extra wide as well, so you get lots of that metre. Plus then you also get your slide buckle and your retractable rings. All for £21.99. Cara did the demo for this, which was brilliant. The patch pocket is all just put on it. She used in the flat bits, this part H640, but for the main body she used the Starville, which wasn't in stock when we had it with Cara. You can use H640 for it all, we said, but it's not going to hold that shape. It's going to be a softer bag. Also, you can actually quilt through the Starville. Can you see? If I turn it round, you'll probably see it more on the back. You can actually quilt through the Starville as well. We're going to be showing how you use the Starville in the next hour, but I just thought I'd update you that is back in stock. It's from another Debbie Shaw book, the Satchels book, using those templates again. Just £6.99. Get absolutely your Starville now whilst you can. H640 though, as I said, is used in the flap. We have got some H640. If you do like bag making and you're using lots of layers, absolutely make the most of the early bird today. If you're using your sewing foam, you want to make sure, obviously this is quite thick. It is quite thick. And when you are using your clip, I mean, I've got 4 layers here and it's easily. If I tried to pin that through, that's going to be difficult, isn't it? That is going to be difficult to get all through, and time consuming as well. Time consuming. They're not going to ping off. They're really lovely quality. They're going to grip your fabric without damaging it. And it means that you can go to your sewing machine, rest assured that it's going to stay in the right place. You're probably not going to use full layers of Starville like here, but I want to be, extra with my demonstration and show you what it can do. £9.99 for all 50. I like that they're all different colours as well. So depending on what fabrics you're using, you're always going to be able to see them, aren't you? All 50 of these, that's what 50 looks like, for £9.99. But there's also an option where a bit better value for money if you want 100. So 50 was 19 pence a clip. This is 17 pence a clip. So you're getting 100 of your clips now for just £17.98. Now, these are non-branded, multi-purpose sewing clips, but they are fantastic quality. They're domed at the top, so it means that you're going to get lots of your bulky layers in. If you are, someone who doesn't like pinning, the amount of times I hear this with guest designers who come in and I say, oh, would you pin that? And they're like, do you know what? I just don't like pinning. It takes too much time. Whereas this, so easy, just clip in and clip out. I know that Debbie, she's got her clips in like a teacup, hasn't she? A big giant teacup. Very, very useful for all sewers, whether you're bag makers or dressmakers, quilters, for binding, for any extra layers or fabrics that you don't want to pin. We talk about thick layers, and we're talking about fabrics like PU and leather, or but equally delicate fabrics. Even though this has got a great grip on it, it's not going to damage your fabric. So if you're working with something really, really delicate that you don't want to pin, almost like a tulle, like something if you're doing little rolled hems on a lovely, really, I'm trying to think of what fabrics you use for those lovely, like a chiffon for scarves or a viscose, and you don't want to pin it, it's going to be ideal. Difficult fabrics as well, ones that are moving around all the time under your sewing machine. Absolutely, have a go with those, just £17.98. I'm also thinking, pins are an absolute no-no near an overlocker. How about if, obviously, you still got to be careful and you don't want to go through a clip, but you'll be able to see them a lot clearer. So if you're thinking, right, I know I'm not going to put my pins near my overlocker, but if you're a dressmaker and you do need to keep that precision, you want to keep it held there, you are going to notice that you've got a clip there. Whereas sometimes with a pin, you could forget. We've got a third option. This is the most popular bundle. It's 150 of these. We're at 15 pence a clip, which is brilliant. No, we're not going to count them. We're all good. Do you want me to count them on air? Yeah. If you've got a little sewing group, or if you're not meeting up at the moment and you're thinking, right, of sending little gifts to people, or if you're thinking ahead, Christmas Secret Santas. Do you know what's a really easy make? If you're making just a square pincushion, but then on the top, you could do like little folded pleats of fabric, and you could then do a pincushion for your pins, and then you put wonder clips on your pleats on your fabric. So then you could use some of these. You could give them like 10, couldn't you, on a pincushion as well? Keep some for yourself. But like if you gift a purse, it's bad luck if you don't put a coin in it. It'd be nice to do like a little pincushion and then put some clips on it as well for them. Perfect. There's using up your stash for a little gift idea. And then you're getting loads here, 150. Make a little thoughtful gift as well. £23.97 for 150 of these clips. Lots of ideas like that on Pinterest, actually, so it's definitely worth having a look. Right, just thought I'd update you on this because it's the biggest ever early bird. Normally, by 9 o'clock, we're saying, sorry, sold out yesterday. I was saying, sorry, the early bird's already sold out. Right. We've also got a brand new technique to me. This is so good. You have to watch Delphine show if you haven't already. She's just amazing. Her needle felting is stunning. It's the first time, Delphine's the first person I've ever seen doing needle felting, and I'm desperate to go on her workshop. She does before lockdown and before all of the craziness, she used to do a felt and fizz night. I was like, we've got to go on it, Hannah. We've got to do it. This is a great kit to get started with your needle felting. Watch her show. So all of her kits she bought exclusive to us for Christmas, for our Christmas show, which was the 2nd of August, which I know sounds silly. It was the 2nd of August on the Sunday. All the kits sold out, but we had a record amount of people buying the starter kit, which means a record amount of people want to start a brand new hobby or brand new skill. Honestly, it's just amazing. So obviously, once you've got your felts, you use this as your felting block to create your pieces with. You'll obviously use this for a while. It's not like, this is a starter, and then you're going to need more straight away after. You then also have all of your needles. So that one's got 7, that one's got 3, and that one's got 1. And they're all for different techniques. You need to watch Delphine shows back. You'll start with the larger one, and then maybe go towards the smaller, more intricate techniques with the other needles. So it's still going to go, still going to sort of grow with you, this kit. The needles then can be changed. You don't need to get a whole new tool. You can change the needles. And also, they are very, very, and I must say, very, very sharp. Be aware, they are very sharp. Did you say they're barbed needles? They're barbed needles. So do it on a proper surface. Please do not do it on your knee. Do not do it on any of your, your dining tables or anything. Basically, if you were to put your finger in a snake's mouth, Hannah's using this as a comparison. Go on. I am on the telly, but go on. Some of those teeth pull back on you. How do you know this? Thank you for that example when we're comparing it to needle felting. A lovely new craft and a lovely new hobby. She says, I'm very hot. That was all I could think about was when a snake bites you. I don't know if I've ever had, that experience. No, it's not all snakes, just some snakes apparently. Okay. Nothing like, sorry for nobody who doesn't like snakes. I think you should just get towards the wind. Hannah, I should learn as well to just listen to Hannah's stories before I tell them on telly. Right, it is a lovely craft and hobby. Just be careful because they're sharp. Sharp needles. Let's just stick with that. £19.96 for your starter kit. Oh my word. I told you, we're delirious today. It's the heat. How is everybody at home? How are you in the heat? I'm in a lovely fully air-conditioned studio here. Sorry, Hannah's not. Cat's not. The gallery's getting pretty warm and sticky, isn't it? I'm being air-conned. Wendy, every now and then somebody from Jewelry Maker comes in and literally just puts their head in like, this is so nice. Because it's lovely and cool in here. It's just horrible, isn't it? Don't get me wrong, I love the warm. And I always say, don't complain. It's warm and we love it. Whereas last night was not good. Oh, it was so hot. Yeah, it's really weird. It's not like UK heat. It feels... I went to Brazil about 7 years ago and I felt like that when I discovered Brazil 7 years ago. I was so hot. It's tropical. It's really weird. Right, yeah. What should we do next? Sorry. Can we do the bag? Because I'm absolutely shocked that we still have this bundle. These fabrics are amazing and they've been so popular. Look at this bee fabric. It's beautiful. 1/2 metre. 1/2 metre of hexes. 1/2 metre of lovely florals. 1/2 metre. And then you also get, I think, 1 metre of your cadet blue. All of those fabrics. And that is to make this amazing bag. Isn't this awesome? It's huge. So in the kit, you also get a piece of plastic for the base. It also comes with the elastic as well. You just need to add your buttons, but it's so gorgeous. I mean, if you've never done Quilt As You Go before, if you've never done bag making before, full instructions in your Quilt As You Go. And we did a full demonstration of this, and it was fantastic. It's got a huge boxy bottom. I think it's designed for your, wasn't this designed to go to the, as a picnicky bag? I can't remember what it was, a shopper bag. Oh, look, hang on. You can see on the picture here. So it comes with your webbing also. It comes with your strap, which you can obviously cover if you want, if you so wish. You've got your elastic and you've got your piece of plastic at the bottom for the bottom. So you've got a really lovely solid base. And, of course, all of your Quilt As You Go wadding, which is all numbered. It's like colouring in with numbers. All you need to do is make sure you're happy with the placement of your fabrics. But isn't this the most perfect kit? I love, 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 love all the fabrics that you get for this one. It's £49.99. All of those incredible half meters and your blue for less than £50. Right. That kit was so popular, I am shocked that we have any of those. So definitely make the most of it. Dancing Queen. Oh, that's different. Dancing Cranes, right, these ones. Oh, these are awesome. These were for Kat show. So Kat, what was the lady's name? Yvonne. Yvonne came in to demonstrate these. These are her kits, and she absolutely loves Japanese fabrics and different Japanese techniques as well. So all you need is some wadding and some calico. We're going to start with the blue one. Now, it's a 52 by 40 inch quilt, and you get everything that you need in here. I'm not going to open it because this is one that will probably be sent out to somebody, and it's got the most amazing fabrics. Just £47.99. So, even if you went into Yvonne's shop, which is in Oxford, isn't it? Or Oxon. It says Oxon. Oxon. Where's that? Wallingford. Oxon. Where's Oxon? Is it near Oxford? I wonder. Anyway, so if you go into her shop, you can't get you can't get it. It's lovely though. Look at the lovely gold metallic. It was a brilliant show. She's very, very knowledgeable. Sorry, I just wandered into the camera there. It was a brilliant show. Those of you that do want to watch it back, it was on, can you remember what date, Kat? Sunday. Last Sunday. No? Maybe the one before. Have a look on YouTube and just type in Dancing Cranes, because Kat's being helpful. Dancing Cranes, and you'll be able to find it. Yvonne, maybe Yvonne, because I think that was the first show she's been on with us, actually, so you'll be able to find her. Oh, amazing. £47.99. The golden, it's got gorgeous colours, hasn't it? Again, look at this one. All of these fabrics, all of your quilt kit, all you need to add is your wadding and calico, which I'm presuming is for the back. £47.99. Maybe you washed calico. Have you got that? Just so you know the single figures of this, and even the guest who bought these kits together, she can't get any more. £47.99. Everything else that we had with Yvonne completely sold out. So, in fact, Kat's saying, I can't actually believe you've got this on air today. I thought they all sold out. So you're really lucky. Less than 10 of these. They're all beautiful. Both colourways are amazing. That's both of them. Sorry, that's the golden one and that's the blue one. Brilliant. Do you want to do Lewis and Irene? So, you've got a cushion. Look at these fabrics. They are adorable. Absolutely adorable. So this was from what was left over, the cushion. Cushion was from what was left over. The quilt. Oh, this is so festive. But without screaming Christmas. Don't get me wrong. I love novelty Christmas. So much so that when I got married to Kieran, he said that I had to have my own tree because it was too tacky. It's because I've been collecting baubles and things since I was a baby. Every year my mum let me pick something, so I've got all these random things, and I love throwing everything on my tree, and I like bright coloured lights, and it's not to Kieran's taste, so I have my own tree, and it's fine. We're happy with that. He's like Monica, those of you that have ever watched Friends, when they do the tree and you decorate it and then she just turns it round and it's all like immaculate and symmetrical. No, not in our house. So what I love about this, don't get me wrong, this isn't novelty Christmas, is it? This is like a winter quilt. I think this is one that you could have from like November through till like March, really, couldn't you? It's not Christmas. It's like a lovely winter quilt. I don't think we'll be having a Christmas party this year, no. I don't think we'll be able to, will we? Sure, you'll find a way. $39.99. I'm sure she'll find a way to kiss a man under the mistletoe, our Hannah. She's like, how will I, meet Prince Charming? Oh, it's gorgeous. From a socially acceptable distance. $39.99. Let me show you what you get in the kit anyway. But anyway, let's move on. In the kit, you get your instructions, which the finished size quilt is 36 by 36. I love this one. That's beautiful, isn't it? For your border and your sashing. They're all so wintry. I'm not going Christmas, I'm going winter. This is something that you could have all year round. Sorry, not all. Well, yeah, you could have it all year round, but I'm thinking you could have it, from sort of October through till March, couldn't you? It's not just screaming Christmas, it's more of a winter quilt. Oh, I hate when you have to take everything down and it all looks, bare. That one's lovely. Isn't that gorgeous? All of your Lewis and Irene fabrics and your Lewis and Irene instructions for $39.99. Lovely size quilt, and with your leftovers you're going to be able to do a lovely cushion as well. Incredible. Right, so we've had loads this hour. I definitely suggest checking out on the needle felting starter kit, as loads of you have this hour. It's been extremely popular. We've got Wendy coming back, and those of you that have never done bag making before, stay with us, because if you've been intrigued, we're going to really break it down, and we're going to be looking at how you work from the book and talking through every single step with you. So stay with us. If you've never done it before, this is going to be another great new skill. Check out on the early bird during the next few minutes, and we're going to get Wendy back on, and we'll see you after this. Shopping with us couldn't be easier. If you want to shop online, then you can head to our website, www.sewingstreet.com. It will redirect you to our sister channel Jewellery Makers landing page. Don't worry, you haven't gone to the wrong place. We're simply using their website temporarily while we're building our own web shop. Scroll down past the watch live part and you'll see all of the products that you will have seen on air on today's live show. You can also shop our catalogue by clicking a category, clicking a product to view closer, and adding it to your basket. Once you're ready to check out, you will need to create an account, which is absolutely free to do so, but it will mean that you can check out on as many orders as you want throughout the day with still only paying one postage and packaging. If you'd prefer to speak to somebody in our UK-based customer service team, then you can do so via the free telephone line number 0800 001 4433. They will not only help you create an account, but will also help you with any of your online shopping. Would you like to take part in our weekly competition? If you do, then all you have to do is head to the Sewing Street fan page group on Facebook. Post your picture of your make. Myself, Debbie Shaw, and John Cole Morgan love looking at all of your makes every week. We pick our favourite and announce the winner every Friday live on the show. Happy sewing and good luck.
Hello and welcome. We love hearing from you, and we really hope that you can follow us on our social media platforms. We've got Instagram, which is at Sewing Street. We have Facebook. We've got 2 Facebook pages. One is the Sewing Street TV page, and the other one is Sewing Street Fans. All 3 of these are monitored all the time by our wonderful team, and if you want to message us on air, drop us a line on either of those 3 and we'll definitely be able to answer your questions that you may have. If you post on the actual wall, we can perhaps answer there. Otherwise, message us as well. That works really, really well. Thank you so much for being involved, and it's only because of this community that we're able to bring you all these different diverse products and to be able to answer your questions that you may have. Another way you can stay in touch with us is by signing up to our newsletter. These newsletters are sent out to you very regularly, and they include not only our guest profiles of upcoming guests, but also amazing shows that we've got coming up for you. And if you want to look at the amazing products before everybody else, that's the best way to do it. If you'd like to sign up and you haven't already, the link to follow is www.sewingstreet.com/sign up. You won't regret it. Thank you.
If you love sewing, then you need the UK's favourite sewing magazine. Every month, you'll receive exclusive patterns. Follow simple step-by-step guides suitable for all skill levels to make your own stunning clothes, accessories and more, together with inspiring tips and tricks from industry experts. Join in and discover your love for sewing. Try Love Sewing today and get your first 3 issues for just £6.
To seam ripper. My favourite piece of kit with the sewing is the seam ripper. Hello, I'm Janice from Birmingham. I specialise in dressmaking. I used to run a children's shop and I love making children's clothes. My mother encouraged me to sew from an early age. When we were young, we did dressmaking in school. My claim to fame was the sewing quarter. But I'm now making also jumpsuits for ladies and men of all shapes and sizes, and it seems to be going for the festivals around the country. See you on the show!
Welcome back. How are you feeling? It's hard in here. It is getting hot, isn't it? Hope you're okay at home. I hope everybody's all right and staying in the shade, staying inside. It is ever so warm today. Right, so let's start with the book. We've got Wendy Orlando joining me this hour. It's going to be all about the book today. It's going to be all about our Debbie. And I think this is the one that has been nominated, for the award. Very, very proud of our Debbie Shaw. She's fantastic at teaching, and that completely transfers into when she's writing books. She's written a lot of books, but this is one that she's particularly proud of. The template's fantastic. When you're talking about different satchels, I like a satchel. I like, having that crossbody strap and being able to adjust it. I know whenever I always get my sister a bag for Christmas, and she's very particular about what style bag she wants. She wants one there and a pocket here and this. Whereas actually, I think these are brilliant that you can design exactly the sort of bag that you want. There's 15 but very transferable designs here. So we'll go through all of the book very, very closely with Wendy. So I don't want to open it up right now. We're going to go through it individually. It is going to be separate to the bundles. Now we've got 2 different bundles. This is the bag that we're making today, and I absolutely love this big bow. Isn't it gorgeous? Fully lined. It's got great structure because we've used the Starville fix as well, and the H640, so you'll need to add some interfacings. We haven't bundled it with interfacing or the foams because you might already have it. I know a lot of people already have stocked up on the different H640s and foams. So we've got 2 bundles. Let's start with this one, which is the one that Wendy's worked with. Now you get a metre of your black wildflower woods, which will be plenty. That will be plenty. A metre of this, and then you get 1.5 meters of your lining fabric. 1 metre of your black, and then 0.5 meter of that. Yes, that's correct. 1.5 meters overall. Sorry, did I say something different? 1 metre of this and 0.5 meter of your lining. 1.5 meters overall. Clear. Okay, so let's have a look at this, in fact, because it's really beautiful. It's ever so It's this collection that's inspired by, you know who was an American author that me and, Hannah called her Genevieve a lot, and I don't think that's her name. I think her name was Jean. But yeah, you know, remember we did a whole show based on this Wildflower Woods collection, which was amazing. And I must say, it's beautiful quality fabric. She works a lot with conserving nature, and lots of her designs were. And Wildflower Woods was her sort of thing, wasn't it? I think she planted over 5,000 different species of flowers at Wildflower Woods. So it's a really interesting story anyway, and this is part of that collection. So you get a whole metre of that, plus then half a metre of your lining fabric. The other option is this one. Lovely and neutral. This would look really pretty, especially with that nice big bow. Same collection, the Wildflower Woods. Beautiful quality, $17.99. A whole metre of this, plus then half a metre of your nude or tan, I think it is nude. £17.99 for your bundle. Now it's up to you if you want to add in your star fix today. If you've already got it in your stash already, brilliant. If not, it's back in stock. So much so that Wendy actually didn't have it for when she was it wasn't there available for when they sent it out to her. So we've only literally just got this in today. What is this colour that you get with it? Is it tan? So you get half a metre of tan as well, £17.99. We'll talk about other bits and bobs as we go over with Wendy, but we are, as I say, just going to go right back to basics. So for anybody who has never done bag making before, I think this is going to be a brilliant show to be involved in. Just a reminder, this very quickly while we get Wendy, when we'll get Wendy on, this is how you shop. Shopping with us couldn't be easier. If you want to shop online, then you can head to our website, www.sewingstreet.com. It will redirect you to our sister channel Jewellery Makers landing page. Don't worry, you haven't gone to the wrong place. We're simply using their website temporarily while we're building our own web shop. Scroll down past the Watch Live part and you'll see all of the products that you will have seen on air on today's live show. You can also shop our catalogue by clicking a category, clicking a product to view closer, and adding it to your basket. Once you're ready to check out, you will need to create an account, which is absolutely free to do so, but it will mean that you can check out on as many orders as you want throughout the day with still only paying one postage and packaging. If you'd prefer to speak to somebody in our UK-based customer service team, then you can do so via the free telephone line number 0800 001 4433. They will not only help you create an account, but will also help you with any of your online shopping. Right, welcome back, Wendy.
Thank you very much.
With some lovely bags as well. Are you a bag maker? Do you do some bag making?
I do my own bags.
Oh, nice.
So I've not actually ever done a pattern because I design them myself.
Right.
I just make them. And
That's quite interesting, actually, then, picking up somebody else's pattern and seeing other people's ways of doing it.
And I've read the book, and you know, as I say, I do my own. But when you actually do someone else's, it's completely different. And Debbie's book is brilliant.
Well, that's what you wanted to focus on today, really, isn't it? Is a lot of people you teach a lot as well. A lot of people are scared of
I've done something that I would never normally do. I normally come in, you know, the queen of organised, don't I? I've got all my bits of my project.
Yeah.
I haven't. I've just cut it out. And so I want people to see that when they get the book, once you've cut it out, this is how you make it. So it could all go terribly wrong, but I just wanted to show people how to do that.
Fantastic.
So
now, before we go into your part, what you've done, the cutting out is brilliant because of the template as well, isn't it?
Debbie's going to be very impressed with me because I've used this. I've made quite a few of these. They're a bit addictive.
I love that you can just reuse it. It's there, so clear. Even I can work this out.
You would not even know I touched that.
No.
And it was covered because you do write on it with pen. I just got a wet one and wiped it off each time. And honestly, it's like new. And that is going to last as long as you look after it. And obviously what I wouldn't do is try and force it, bend it the other way because you're going to weaken that centre. Yeah. It's going to last forever. Yeah. Absolute ever if you look after it.
So when you get to your instructions, every single instruction comes with that template diagram, doesn't it? So you know which parts to
I don't know if you can see this. put my glasses on. You're zooming in.
That's perfect.
Brilliant. It tells you exactly, it will tell you in the book that you'll need the square satchel part or the square flap or the square base. And then all you do is you use the template for what they've told you to use. And then you place it on the fold. So you would place the edge of the template on the fold. You don't place it, that might be a little bit confusing that there is a line there, but it's not. The arrows point to the edge, so you line the edge up with the fold. You don't always use it, especially in the strap. You don't, not the strap, sorry, the square base and the sides, you don't use on the fold. So you just use the template. But the book is fantastic. And Debbie's like me. Picture, 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 picture. The more pictures you can have, the much easier it is to learn. It's like having Debbie in the room, telling us, no, you need to do it this way. Yeah. And each step of the way, then you can go, yeah, that looks like it. That looks like the picture. But they are so easy to make. And this one, I didn't tell you this earlier. All right, you're going to be a little bit, if I can get it undone.
Oh, that detaches. Oh, brilliant.
And I did check yesterday, and they did have these findings on the Joy Maker site.
Oh, fantastic.
But, because I'm a crafter, I have these in my stash anyway. You could use a safety pin, but these are much, much better because with a safety pin, because it's really thin, it tends to wobble, whereas you can sew with the side of this one and make it much more stable.
Are they called like a brooch pin?
Just a brooch pin.
Brilliant.
They did have them on there. So I don't know if they have now, but they did. Because I love the bow.
Brilliant.
But sometimes you just want to, if I was going on a dog walk, I'd just put my purse in there, a few bags, and then I'd be off. But then when I wanted to glam it up, I put it back on.
Love that.
With regards to the fabric, I've tried it a few different ways and I couldn't quite get all of the bow out of the fabric here. I'm doing this colourway this time, and what I've done, I was able to get three. You need 4 of these pieces. I could get 3 of them out of this.
Yeah.
So you will have the front of the bow will be this pattern.
Yeah.
But what I would advise, and it doesn't say it in the book, I've put wadding in it just to puff it up a bit. You don't have to, but the only thing it does do is obviously make it a little bit more weighty.
Yeah.
So if you don't want it to fall a little bit forward, just sew it rather than use the brooch. Just sew it on. But and that way you can just use. You can either do the pattern on the front and then the plain in the middle, or all of it. But you have to be a little bit careful how you cut out to start off with, because you want to maximise your fabric.
Right.
Cut the
strap first.
Cut that first, because that needs to be 40 inches long. If you're just buying the book, and it's not just this satchel, there's loads of books in there, bags in there, and you've got your own fabric, just make sure that if it's directional, say for the strap, you want to cut half and half, so that the pattern goes down, join it in the middle, and then the pattern each side will be the right way up.
Right, okay.
And also, if you are, I've made a stripe one, and I matched the pattern, and that was really, really easy to do. You fold your fabric in half and lay the template, and then just make sure that as you're doing the pieces, they're all on that same fold.
Oh, brilliant.
And then it will match perfect.
Gosh, that's so good.
It just looked amazing, the stripe one I did. So that's if you're using your own fabric, but this is my favourite. I love this one. So it could go terribly wrong because I've literally just come in and I've cut the fabric out.
This is great.
And I've labelled them all. And you can see I use the clips for everything because they are so useful.
Yeah, handy to get yourself a bit organised, whether you're a quilter or a bag maker. I know a lot of people tend to do, well, I always do my cutting the day before, an evening or something. I'll get myself a bit organised. Do you do that as well?
Because I like a project. I like to enjoy a project. Unless I'm in a rush and I have to make it all in one go. But I like to cut it all out one day, put it to one side. Don't cut it out and use an erasable if you've got to do any markings, because you'll come back the next day and they'll be gone.
Yeah.
So if you're going to do that, don't use the air one.
Yeah, especially with all of our windows open or heat with the aircon on. What sort of things do you write? So what have you written on these to know what you've got?
So these ones. So this is the hand strap.
Yeah.
Sorry, the handle or the strap, and then I've got my sides and I've got my base. And then I did do a little fib. I have made the lining, just because you don't want to see me sewing again the same thing that I'm doing for the outer.
And it's exactly the same.
Exactly the same. And then I've got my square satchel and my outers and my inner flaps.
Right.
So I've just marked them, and then that way when I come back, because especially in the base and the sides, They're the same width, they're a little bit longer, and you have 2 of one and only one, but you don't want to forget what they are, although the template is really good. And as I say, all you do for the template, have I got a spare piece of fabric?
Potentially, why don't you could use, do you want to...
No, I'll use this bit. Right, because I just want to show you how easy it is.
So, as I say, on every single pattern, it has like a shaded part, doesn't it?
This is the genius
That's what
thing.
I love
this
about
is absolutely genius about this. And Debbie's like me, she doesn't want fancy names for everything. She tells you how it is. And I can see why this book has won awards because it is amazing.
Brilliant for beginners, isn't it? There's no jargon.
And you can see as I'm just flicking through how many books, how many different bags there are. And don't be daunted, they're very easy. And as I say, Debbie talks you step by step. And so the lilac area is the piece that you need to cut out. So you don't even have to go hunting for it, because if you turn your template to be
you can see quickly.
To be the way, then I know for that section there, I need to cut that round and down, and then this section I need here. And that's absolutely genius. It's not something that you would think about, because I can just look at it and go, yeah, that's the bit I need. And then I know, and especially, I can't remember who was saying before, to measure twice and cut once. And that's, you don't want to be cutting out bits and then think, oh, I haven't got enough, because you will need to be quite careful how you cut them out. But yeah, it's absolutely easy. So we're going to be doing this beautiful one here.
Nice.
And how amazing is it if in that fabric as well? That would be lovely for an evening.
Yeah, I don't think this is a bag that you're only going to make once. I think this is a bag that's so versatile and will look completely different in different fabrics. And, like you say, whether it's a day or an evening bag.
And without a bow, I just think you can just, go down to the town in it, because it has got the
magnetic.
And then it's got loads of clips in it, actually. You've been hiding them, haven't you? I'm going to find them everywhere. I would just go down the town, just grab my purse and just... but it looks really, really glamorous for the evening with that bow. So I'm just going to show you right from, you'll get this home, you're doing exactly the same as me. Now, I've done the first step. I've done the first step here. So I put my fabric and followed the templates, and it tells you here, so you want 2 square satchel pieces from outer fabric. So you go to the square satchel line and you would cut around there. Now this one says on the fold. So you would actually have your fabric, and it's a good idea always before you cut any fabric to iron it, just to press it, because if you've got creases in there, it's going to affect the overall dimensions. Right. And then it's as simple as that. Obviously, I would make it so that I didn't waste material, but you just lay it on the fold. And then you get your marker. This one is the washable one. Yeah. And I've got an air erasable one. But if you're doing it the night before, but you would cut these out anyway, and then all you do is, it's that simple. You would just go along the dotted lines.
Like you say, if you get it on the template, don't matter. It wipes off with a baby wipe.
I haven't got any with me, but it does.
I like the fact that even though it's not completely transparent, it's frosted, so you can see. So if you've got a fabric that you want to do placement and sort of real centralise, something that you really like on a fabric, you can do that as well with these.
Definitely. If you've got a pattern that's maybe, I don't know, got a peacock or something, you can centralise it and it will just look amazing. But as I say, so now if I'd got a striped fabric and I'd done it on the fold, I would have a long piece of fabric, and then I would just keep cutting the pieces out, because as long as you're cutting on that same fold, then the stripes are going to match down here. Doesn't matter. But I
like that though, because it's always baffled me, pattern matching. It's always been a bit like, I'll steer away from it. But actually, I think that actually
this is that
really
easy.
Helps.
It literally, if you can keep it, so like if you've got a metre, probably more than a metre, just cut all the pieces that you need. So you would have to. The ones that I would concentrate on were the front panel and the flap, because the back doesn't really matter because it's going against you. But I mean, I would do all of them if you can, but just concentrate on those first ones. So I've done all the cutting, and now I'm going to go back to the book. So we've done all these, and I say it's very, very easy, because Debbie tells you if it needs to be on the fold or if it doesn't need to be on the fold, and what you need. So you need 4 square flaps from the outer and 1 square flap from the fleece. What I would say is don't cut the fleece out at this point.
Okay.
I would cut out the outer fabrics and then lay that on top of your fleece and cut it that way. Especially if you are cutting this on the fold,
Right.
because it is quite thick. Sorry, I'm ruining your display there.
When you talk about fleece, are you talking about H640 or the foam?
Any of them that's got a little bit of depth to them. If you fold them, that fold itself is going to be 2 or 3 millimetres out.
Right.
So if you've got it flat, and then you lay your fleece out on there. So that's what I would do first. I would cut all the fabric, but then I would cut this out once you've cut the fabric. But we're going to do that now, so I'll be able to show you. So I've done all my things, but as I say, it does say also cut, but I would cut the strap out first, because then you're not going to. So, oh, this is exciting. I have made 3 of these, so I do roughly know where I'm going. So I do roughly know where I'm going. So now it's the first step, and it will show you the picture here, is sew the two of the outer square flaps pieces right side together for your bow, leaving a turning gap.
Right.
So we're going to do that, and I have put everything. So this one is going to be for the bow, this one. So I'm going to use one of the outer and the lining, because remember me saying that you may not be able to get the 4 pieces out. So we're constructing the bow first, and now I want to line this. I want to puff it out with a little bit of the wadding.
Sorry.
You don't have to. I know, I need a massive table. I do tend to spread myself. I am sorry. So this
is the H640, isn't
this
it?
is brilliant because it's not too thick. It's still easy
No,
to work
more
with.
fleecy
I
than
love
foam.
this. I absolutely love this.
And it is adhesive as well,
It's
isn't it?
lovely. You don't have to do this if you don't want to, because it would just mean you have a floppier bow. But I thought I wanted a nice sturdy bow.
I think it's nice to have both, actually. The H640 for the bow and the flap, but then when the actual body of the bag, the foam, the starville, will give you more structure than the H640.
Yeah, you would not want to use that on either of the pieces that you've already mentioned. And all I'm doing now is I'm just putting this on, and I'm just getting it to just stick slightly, because you don't want to be putting your iron around the edge, because you don't want to get it to stick to it. And then I'm cutting around it. And that's why if I'd have folded this first, it would be a little bit bigger. So now I'm just cutting around it. You're like a little mushroom in here, but it's lovely outside. It's very warm, very warm.
Is it hot out there? It's getting hot.
Yeah. It's nice and cool in here. Your air conditioning is very quiet though. Or have you not
There
got it
it
on
is,
now?
silent.
I think they must have turned it off.
Oh, do you know what? I don't know whether I did earlier on. We can put it back on when you get too warmed, please say.
I'm normally always cold, always got cold hands and cold feet. Much to hubby's annoyance when I try and warm them up at night. So I'm just going to, I can now be a little bit firmer with the iron because I haven't got anything peeping around the outside.
Yeah.
I don't want to get told off for getting sticky
Glue
bits on your iron.
iron.
Oh yes. Then we put so this is now our lining, this is the front. We put these right side together, and a little tip is to have the turning at the top, because that's going to be then sewn to the bag. So it means that you won't have any, if you're not quite neat there, it won't really matter. And I'm going to sew 1/4 inch seam all the way around.
You haven't got your walking foot on. We're all right without it. Yeah.
This machine, my machine at home, I haven't got one like this, but my machine at home can cope with it as well. But put your walking foot on by all means, because you are going through, especially when we get to use this bad boy. Yeah. And then we sew 1/4 inch to the edge.
So you're doing a little back. I suppose if you've got a gap, you want to make sure that that's reinforced.
Anything that you're going to be doing a turning for, yeah, make sure you do a reverse stitch, because you'll be able to pull it. Otherwise, all your hard work's going to come undone. And I'm doing, although you can't tell, I am doing right sides together, but it's very, very difficult. And it doesn't matter. It's at the back of the bow.
Yeah.
If you put the wrong side of the lining, it doesn't matter. As long as you're having fun doing it, that's the main thing.
Oh, I love doing this bow. I think you can use this technique. There's such great transferable techniques that you're going to learn from this book that you can use.
A lot
for
of it
all
is in the book,
sorts.
yeah.
You can put that on like a dress or something, couldn't you? I'm thinking like for bridesmaids' dresses,
Ooh,
or
that'd be nice.
Yeah, little girls'
Yeah.
dresses at the back. You can have a lovely big bow.
That would be lovely. Be a nice cream satin, or that'd be lovely.
So these are good transferable techniques, aren't they?
I wasn't paying attention. I've just gone off the end a bit, so...
We'll forgive you.
Yeah, the principle will be the same. But that's the great thing about this, especially the bow, it's a little bit forgiving. And I always think if you're making things like bags, as long as you keep your seam allowance consistent, you're not wearing it. So well, technically it doesn't have to fit like a glove. Then all we're going to do is, personally I would probably cut a little bit of the excess around, but the thing that you want to do is make sure that you cut the excess of your corners off. So that's what we're doing. And I actually like to go down a little bit further as well, because that just reduces a bit of the bulk when we turn it.
I would have no idea that the bow starts like this. It's really strange, isn't it? I was thinking, right, I have no idea how you would even start to construct that bow.
Debbie's very clever in the way she designs things. Very good. Oh, I've made a very big mess there. So then he will be coming back up again, but I just wanted to show you this. So we have our opening. I have left it rather large. You know, be as bold as you can. The smaller you leave it, the least amount you have to machine sew.
But it's a bit more fiddly, isn't it?
And then when you turn it the right side out, it's always best to work from the non-padded side, because then you can get into the corners a little bit easier. And I did have my pokey thing, and I don't know where I've put it. So you'll just have to, excuse me, you'll probably have to have a little bit rounded corners. So how much easier is it being able to do it from the just the single fabric side?
Yeah, you've done that no problem.
They're not as sharp as I would have them, but right. So that is the bow. Then all we do, she says,
looks like a bow, doesn't it?
And then all we do is
the magic of television.
It is iron. And then what I would do now is I would cut a little bit of the excess off, because when you want to turn it in, you want to be able to get that fabric to lay flat, and it's not going to. So I'm just cutting that excess away.
Right.
And then we turn it in. So I'm not too worried, because I have done it at the top. As I say, it will be hidden in the bag. And then we're just going to turn. And I like to, I don't know how, do you make bags much? Or?
No, but I've seen different ways of doing this. Lots of people have different ways of being able to close
I like
that
to turn the right side in first.
Okay.
And then I turn it, and then I can match, because I like my back to be very, very slightly, and we are talking minuscule, a little bit behind, so that you can't see it.
Doesn't overlap, yeah.
Again, it doesn't matter, because you're not going to see it anyway. So you will have to shout at me for time, Vicky.
I will do.
I didn't.
Cat saying half an hour.
Oh, yeah.
There was somebody, I can't remember who did it, but they, when they got to that gap, extended their stitch length to like a 4 or a 5, and then just unpicked it so you could see the line stitches as well.
That's a good idea.
That was a good
That's a very good idea. So now all I'm going to do is I'm going to do a top stitch all the way around the outside, and I'm going to start at the top, because again, this time I'm going to save me having to tie the thread. I'm going to do a reverse stitch, and it again it'll be hidden.
Yeah.
So, and I've got quite a few layers there. I mean, I'm at 2.4 and it's coping amazingly. The smaller the stitch length, obviously the more times the needle goes up and down per inch. So sometimes the fabric can bunch up. So if that's happening, just increase your stitch length. So I'm going to actually probably put it up to 2.8, and you can see it's gliding through really, really easy. But walking foot, if you are struggling, just put your walking foot on. Then we get to the end and we turn around. And if you want to, you can come in a little bit, because sometimes when you go quite close to the end, again, it has a tendency to disappear down into the machine itself.
Right.
And I was thinking, I haven't pushed the material back this time, but what I would normally do is push the lining back, but I know we're a little bit tight for time. I was thinking, how amazing would this be to quilt?
Oh, yeah.
So I would probably do a crosshatch on here,
Yeah.
and I'm actually going to try that as well, because I think that would be brilliant.
Yeah. Well, we were saying earlier on, actually, we were doing one of the backpacks last week, and we quilted that with the Starville, and it looks brilliant, because I didn't know whether you'd be able to quilt through the big foam, but you absolutely can. I know you can with H640, but with the big foam, you still can.
But again, just try it on your machine, but never ever try it on the good material that you're going to use. Just get a bit of scrap.
Yeah, have a go.
And then if it works, it works. So we've now made our bow, and then all we need to do is we just need to. I won't do it because I want to get onto the bulk of the bag, but you just make a little 4-inch square, and then you sew it in half to make a tube, and then you turn it right sides out, and then you just.
Where have you put your bow?
I don't know. I have no idea. No idea. How can I lose
That's
a bow?
strange.
Oh well, it'll turn up. It'll turn up in the wash. Yeah, so then you would just fold the tube around the centre. But a top tip is to fold it an odd amount of times, because what that will do, so I'm just going to fold it twice. 3, 4, 5. You're looking a bit bewildered here.
Well, it reminded me of what I used to do with napkins. When my parents used to have pubs and restaurants, and that was always my job to do these and the things. So that's what.
So you know exactly what I'm talking about.
Well,
then.
I thought this looks weirdly familiar. I remember this. Go on, carry on.
If you're doing it an odd amount of times, then this fabric is at the back, and that fabric's at the back. So you don't get like that stuck out of the front. So they're at the back.
Good tip.
But if you have to do it an odd amount so that they both sit back, and then you would just get your little piece of. I love that. But it's so cute, is it? And I know you can't feel it because I know we're not allowed to, but it's
all puffy.
It is. It's lovely. You don't have to do that, but that's my top tip, to actually put a little bit of weight behind it. It'll turn up later, won't it? Weeks time. So we're going to go back to our book now. So we've actually made the bow. So we've made that.
Oh, we had a photo from Brian actually. It was showing it was with and without the bow. There you go. With and without the bow. So it's the same satchel. Hello, these are 2 bags being demoed that I've made, one with and one without the bow. They look completely different. And I love the Atlas one. That's amazing, isn't it?
That is gorgeous fabric, isn't it?
Nice. Very nicely displayed, by the way, on the dressmaking form. We've got some coming up in a bit. Very exciting.
Very, very nice. So I do love that fabric. But that's what I mean. These books work with your own fabrics as well.
Yeah.
This is lovely to work with. It's so soft as well.
Yeah.
So we're going to make the handle next. And so I come prepared. So I've got all my pieces. And this is super, super easy. And it's telling you here to sew right sides together, which we do. And it will also, we've done that. So we've done all that. I think she makes it a bit later, but I'm going to do it. You put the right sides together and sew a tube. This one you don't. You've got 2 different ways. This one you are going to be ironing the wrong sides together. I'm still thinking where my bow's gone.
I know.
How can you lose a bow? It's probably stuck to the back of my trousers or something. I was going to say so, and I thought, no, I better not say. When you go to a disco and walk out the toilets, I'm saying no more.
Yeah.
Those of my age, my age will know what I'm talking about.
Oh no, we all know what you're talking about. We
You've done it.
We still use toilet roll.
I don't know, not for a while, because it was in short supply.
Oh yeah.
that was not a good time.
Oh,
was it?
back in those difficult days at the start of the lockdown.
So you'd put wrong sides together. Yeah, there are a couple of ways to do it, but Debbie tells you exactly which way. She'll say what handle is needed for what. I'm 5'3", and that just kind of sits here. If you are taller, then what I would do, because you probably won't get much more than the 40 inches out of the fabric, if you want to, use some of the contrast on the ends.
Right.
Or in the middle, to
lovely.
make it longer.
Yeah.
But then what I would do, before I cut the handle out, I would just measure how long you want it to be so it sits and cut it out for that length.
Right.
But it's your bag. Once you get it home, you do what you want. So then once you've ironed the wrong sides together, you then iron the raw side into the centre. And this is where you wish it wasn't 40 inches. I should have done a little mini one, shouldn't I? But this is, you're seeing this being done firsthand. You're probably going to tell me we've got 5 minutes left now, aren't you?
No, we're all right for time.
Oh, that's good.
You can hear her, can't
I
you?
can hear Kat, yes.
Still got 20 minutes.
I thought she said 31.
31 minutes to the end of the hour. Oh, 31 minutes past the hour, she's saying, sorry.
Oh, okay. That teacher should be listening, shouldn't we? And then all you do, you turn it round and you fold the other raw ending and you're creating the strap. This mat is brilliant as well, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's really good. Have you got these on the website?
I think we have. They're always, they come in and then they disappear out of stock.
not
The square and
surprised.
blockers. Have a look on the website at home and see the June Taylor square and blocker.
They really are lovely to work with.
It just saves having to get your big ironing board out all the time, doesn't it?
Mine's up permanently.
Is it?
Permanently.
It's nice to be able to have, like, set up your little station, isn't it, when you start to sew? Because it's really important to be pressing at every point.
Definitely press at every point. And the thing is, it's nice to be able to have it up, because if you've got to keep getting everything up and down, you just don't bother, do you? And sewing is such fun. I would sew 24/7 if I could. You can hear me tut when they go, is it tea time yet?
Yeah, I was talking to you earlier and you're saying you craft every single day.
Every single day, every day. I couldn't tell you the last time when I watched telly, because I have this on in the background when I'm working at home, but I couldn't tell you. So now I've got to the end of the 40 inches, and as I say, yours might be longer if you've decided to add a little bit more. You can tell how hot it is in here. I need rinse.
It's steaming up.
So I might not be sewing in a straight line. And all I'm going to do now is I'm going to top stitch down this edge, and then I'm going to top stitch back the other way. And because we've got a few layers of fabric, I would take it up to, I'm going to take it up to a 3, my stitch length.
Right. I suppose, do you generally, if you're doing top stitching, if you want it to be more visible, would you generally sort of go up anyway, a bit of lengthen your stitch length?
Yeah, obviously, what you've just said, you've lengthened it, so the longer the stitch length, the more visible.
Right.
And if you're feeling really bold, just use a really bright colour. Because,
there's some gorgeous variegated threads, isn't there?
I saw
we had
those.
the top stitching Gutermann's one, the 70 weight Gutermann's would be amazing.
They were lovely. Yeah, because the smaller, it's a bit like doing a dotted line on a piece of paper.
Yeah.
If you do long dashes, you can see it easily. If you do really tiny dashes, it almost looks like just one continual line. And that's the same with the stitching. I've done a 3 there. So, as I say, my glasses are so steamed up I can't see anything. So it's not very straight. But I'm now going to take this one up to a 4 so you can see the difference. Oh, bless, the cat's coming to turn the... All right. We shouldn't complain about the heat though, should we?
Well, I said that
We
earlier on. I was
shouldn't.
never complain about the heat, but honestly, it was too hot last night.
But the thing is, for sewing, you do kind of need to be sewing in a straight line. I do apologise. Right, I'm not sure.
You do great.
Ooh,
It looked amazing.
that's not too bad. I'm not sure if Kat is going to be able to get in to see this. So this one here is a 4 stitch length, and this one here is a 3.
Ah, right, yeah, I can see.
So to your point, that the longer you make them, the more visible they actually are.
Right.
And as you said, if you used a variegated yarn, that would be cotton, that would be
yeah.
amazing. So, yes, you can. So you can see the difference there.
Yeah.
So this one here is the longer stitch, and then that's the smaller.
Right.
So, a very good point. And it doesn't... A top stitch normally is only decorative, because by the time you get to this top stitch, you've already done the seam. This one, however, you haven't done the seam.
Right.
So that is a little factor to think about. So we've done another step, and it's literally just working through the steps. It's that easy. So now we're going to put, so we've done all this one, make the open-ended strap. Now, I haven't actually got the magnetic.
No, we're out of stock at the moment. I'm hoping anybody who's got any already in their stash, we've got the gold ones available on the website. Any of the magnetic clasps, get them. They didn't send us any because it's that limited, but if you want a magnetic clasp, definitely go on the website. But they're really easy to put in. I think a lot of people are sometimes scared of them, but you don't need any fancy tools to put them in, do you?
Absolutely not. You just need, which was really surprised me, because you pull it and you've got quite a lot of force there.
Would you put a bit of interfacing, little
Definitely.
square?
That's what I did.
Okay.
I would just put a little bit of interface in, and the only reason for that, well, there's 2 reasons. One, it does give it a little bit of stability, and the other thing is you need to use like an unpicker just to make a hole. And if it's just the fabric itself, you're a little bit heavy-handed, it's just going to go straight through.
Right.
It's better to make a smaller hole and force it a little bit than it is to make it too big and then it wobble around. But all you would do for that is you just measure, and again, it's all in the book. It says fit the slim half of the magnetic snap. So that is the slim half.
Okay.
This one, the top one is the slim half, and you can see that it's really slim, and that one's the big fat one.
Yeah.
So you just fit the slim one to the top of here, and you would do that before you sew it together,
right,
obviously, and then you just measure, and it says here, so you want to measure an inch down, and then you would just put it in and use an unpicker just to make the holes.
Yeah.
But they are, I promise you, I will try and do another, if I could make another bag, I'll make sure that I focus more on that. But it's really, really easy.
Thank you.
And
We've done them before, so you may have seen them on air before, but yeah, we'll do them next time with you.
So the actual flap is made exactly the same as the bow, really.
Right.
So I'm going to use that because I know that we are limited for time. So you would just put it's the thinner fleece. Yeah. You just do double-sided of the outer fabric. So that's the only thing. Just pretend that is the outer fabric. Then we get on to the body. So you've got your 2 outer side pieces of your body. Now you will see this is what we are trying to create. So I've already made the lining, which is made in exactly the same way as the outer, and then you slip one into the other. But I wanted to, for speed, I wanted to do that. So again, this is amazing stuff, this is.
Oh, I love our foam. I think we've, have you used it before? Yeah, and it just gives it lovely, it bounces back, doesn't it?
But it gives it that rigidity.
Yeah.
Rigidity.
Rigidity,
yes. So again, I wouldn't cut it on the fold purely because this is super thick. It's amazing. But I would just...
You can still chuck it in the wash though as well, can't you? You can wash this, which is good.
It's brilliant. But I think when you're making a bag, I think it looks more luxurious, and especially, and I've said this loads of times before, if you're making to sell, then it just makes it, you're going to get the sales because it's going to make it look beautiful.
Yeah.
And it's iron-on, which is brilliant.
Oh, that's so easy because there's foams that I've seen in the past and I didn't realise you could get ones with the adhesive on, so that's really handy.
They're quite tricky without the adhesive because they do have a mind of their own, and if you've stuck them to the fabric. So I'm just going to cut it. And I didn't say, but it is really, really obvious which side is the sticky side.
You can feel the scratching.
And I'm sure most people that will actually be making these have probably worked with it before. And then there's 5 pieces that have this. I would have done some of these pieces, but I say I didn't have.
No, it was out of stock. It's literally just come back in today. It's only £6.99 and it's by the half metre, so we cut it off at basically a massive bolt for you. There's over 100 units already gone this morning, so definitely stock on what's in here.
Absolutely not surprised. Not surprised.
Well, we didn't have it. We had a bag show last week with Carroll. We didn't have it in. We were obviously supposed to be sending you more to be able to do your prep for today, and we didn't have any in, so it's literally just arrived in. So you've pinched ours, haven't you?
I have, sorry. That was a little bit of the reason. I'll probably be getting an email about that later. No, that was a little bit of the reason that I made the decision to actually just, because I didn't have it.
Yeah.
But I do want people to show that it's literally as easy as picking the book up and doing that. And I'm just going step by step with the book.
It's manageable, isn't it? And it's manageable with the foam as well. It's good to show you how easy it is to work with.
So we've got our 2 square sides, and at home I would be really quite, I'm not tight, frugal I think is the word. I would have it all laid out so that I got the best placement to use the best out of my foam, but I'm just doing it quickly for time here.
I think you forget as well all of those different things that seem very scary when you first sort of start. You start to sort of, you take those for granted, don't you? Where you think, oh, do you know what, all these different interfacings or the foams, if you've never worked with any of those sort of interfacings, you're thinking, oh, it's really daunting, but actually it's really manageable.
It is daunting, it really is. But I promise you, once you've done it a few times, you think, why was I scared of it? But the scariest things are the machines, because you've just got this great big lump in front of you. But don't be scared of it, just have a play. Do you do much sewing?
Yes, I love sewing.
Love it. Yeah.
I do.
Absolutely love it. And you can already see the bag coming together.
It's just so satisfying. I think you get such a sense of achievement, and like anything else when you finish something, don't you?
And do you know what? I think nowadays people, because I'm of a certain age, back when I was younger and you used to make things, people used to scoff a little bit, like you handmade something for them. Whereas now, it's so easy just to go and buy something off the shop floor, but to hand make something, you've spent
really
hours.
special.
It is very special. So any time I receive anything, I was in my previous days, I was a trampoline coach, and the children would make me things.
Of course you were. Of course you were.
I never steal. That they would bring things in, and I would just so
Oh
sweet.
my God, you're a trampoline coach. That's so cool. I love it. Hannah says, now I can't imagine you doing anything else. It seems so perfect. Wendy is literally like the bounciest person you would ever meet. Even though she's not on a trampoline, you're just bouncing around everywhere, aren't you?
All the time, yeah. Life's for having fun, isn't it? So.
Do you have a trampoline in your garden?
Not anymore. We did.
So cool. You're literally like Tigger alive, aren't you?
We did have one, but no, my little children aren't little anymore. They're big children now. They're all grown up.
Trampoline isn't just for little.
It isn't. It isn't. They do adult trampolining. It's very, very good.
Oh, it's really good for your
for the
fitness,
core,
isn't
yeah,
it?
Very good. Yeah, I put like one of those bands on that tests your heart rate, and I think within 30 seconds of bouncing, it had just gone sky high.
Yeah, my friend started doing this thing called boogie bounce or something. Those little bouncy trampoline.
Oh yeah,
dance
the rebounders.
classes.
Yeah, I've got one of those. They're so much fun. They are. They really are. Can you imagine? Yeah. I don't need to say anything. You can imagine, can't you?
Maybe we should get some in here to do some exercise whilst I'm in here.
I might actually be able to reach, to see, to cut if I had one of them to stand on, wouldn't I? So I've cut out all my pieces now.
Oh, sorry, your microphone's just hitting on your necklace. Clink, clink, clink. Sorry.
Sorry, Kat.
It's all right. No, thank you.
It's all gone. It's all gone. See, I tried to... Well, I've done it now because I tried to look pretty, but... Oh, bless. I can hear. I don't know what she's saying. I can just hear her. So now we're actually going to construct the bag, and it's really, really simple. So we're just going to do the back and the front and the sides and the base.
Right.
And that is it. So you can see in here, Debbie has showed you step by step how to do it. Now, the first thing, and I didn't do it last time, so please don't tell me off, Debbie, you need to sew your flap on.
Right.
You need to sew that on. I didn't. It's not the end of the world if you don't. It's just a little bit more fiddly to put in after. So you want to centralise it at the top of... So this is now going to be the back because it's going to centralise it. And we just put... I will read this now because even I don't... right, so sew the flap right sides together to the centre back.
There you go. It's good. You can just refer back to the book, isn't it? Even if you made it before.
I was thinking that's not going to work if I do it that way. And it says to do it centrally because, and this is why I didn't do it the second time, because as you sew the sides on, you need to miss this because if you catch it, it won't be able to open.
Yeah, good point. I like that it even says right sides together. The amount of books that say RST, and I'm like, what does that mean?
But I don't know if you've heard Debbie loads of times say that if it says right sides together, it should read right sides together, and I think that's brilliant about her. And that's why these are fantastic for beginners.
Oh, well, when I first started, I honestly felt like I was learning a new language. Like, what on earth are all these terms? And we take it for granted now all the time that we just know, but actually, I remember thinking, oh my word, this is literally a foreign language.
Oh, definitely. And I think if you can put it in the simplest terms, we don't all need to blind you with science. You just need to know how to do it.
Sometimes I think you feel like, oh, you need to use the fancy jargon for it, but actually, no, it's so much clearer.
Because at the end of the day, all sewing is sewing in a straight line. That's all you're doing. Even if you're sewing around a curve, you're still sewing in a straight line. It's what you do with the fabric that creates the stitches. So yeah, please don't be scared. So I'm on sew the flap right sides together, so now on number 8, and then it says sew the side panels to each side of the bag. So there's no right and wrong way with this because it's not really directional. I can't see a direction on it, can you?
No,
I can't. So, but you do need to, if you have got a directional fabric, now is the time. And
Thank you.
So that's the number if you want it, Kat. When it comes back in, it's probably gone out already, hasn't it? So now this is where it's really important that if you're sewing a quarter of a seam allowance, I wouldn't go to a 1/2 inch now, because now you're going to catch that. You've got to make sure that your seam comes within there. And we just do right sides together. Now you can see it's really layering up that fabric now. So I've increased it to a 2.8. I might even increase it. I'll see how it copes. Yeah, it's coping okay. And all I'm doing is I'm not forcing the fabric, but I am squashing it down to make it as thin as I possibly can. But don't ever force the fabric through, because you are going to break the needle and hurt the machine, and it won't like it.
It seems to be handling okay though.
It's fine, and I'm making it sound harder than it is purely because I'm pressing it down, and it's not. It's just going through a dream. But with the walking foot, it would handle it much better. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to stop a 1/4 inch from the base, and this is quite important because you want to be able to sew the base in square. So the top, you start at the top, the bottom you leave a 1/4 inch, because if you try and get that base in when it's all been sewn, it won't fit, so you need to leave that 1/4 inch. And we do exactly the same with the other side. See how easy it comes together?
Yeah.
And to look at that book, you just think, I can't make a bag. That's really scary. I can't do that.
Hannah, remember the days when me and you used to say just 3-dimensional sort of objects always sort of scared us? Whereas actually now I feel so much more confident about it, because it is, like you say, like a recipe when you're cooking, just break it down.
Honestly, that's what Debbie's done. She's given you the ingredients. She told you what you need to get, what you need to buy, put together, and then she tells you how to cook it and how to make it. So it's brilliant. As I say, I'm really, really not surprised this book has won awards, because it's fantastic.
It's part of a series of different books. There's the satchels, the backpacks, the clutch bags, the occasions bags.
Oh, I reckon the backpack would be... I like backpacks. I'm into backpacks.
That's on the website. We had it earlier on.
Yes, I will have to have a look at that.
I think a lot of people are thinking of checking out both, in fact, actually. It's a brilliant price.
But it's not very often you get a book and you think, yeah, I can do that. Because, say, most of them blind you with science. So now what we're going to do is we're going to turn it into a square.
Amazing.
So, but again, I'm starting at the top, and then when I get down to the bottom, I'm leaving a 1/4 inch. I'm just doing a reverse stitch a 1/4 inch from the edge. But yeah, I've not really used this machine much, and it's going through it.
You like this machine? It's gone.
All of them. No, I love all of them. It's not just because I know. Have you got the different ones in here? The different numbers, because they're all different numbers, aren't they? I like all of them. They're all very, very quiet and they're very easy to use. And I've even had my first needle change and bobbin change. So. And then the last, and we're making it so that the right sides are on the inside at the moment. And then, as I say, if you start from the top, right from the top, and go down 1/4 inch from the bottom. I must admit, I was a little bit thinking, to show something like this with this much on air live, but it's coping with it tremendously. I haven't got to the trickiest bit yet, so I shouldn't have spoken, should I?
Although by this point, mine would be sort of jumping around the table. Whereas that is actually just...
Yeah, very solid. So we've now constructed our bag.
Yeah.
So this is the top, and then we need to put our bottom in. And again, it's right sides together.
Okay.
It's that easy. So we're going to, what I will say, sorry, before, because I'm just going to be sewing all the way around the bottom, when you do the lining, it's constructed in exactly the same way.
Yeah.
Exactly. Much easier because you haven't got the wadding, but leave a bit at the bottom to be able to turn it the right side out. Again, didn't do that, and then I wonder why I couldn't turn it the right side. So all we're going to do...
Could you clip at this point?
I couldn't clip. I'm going to clip.
Yeah.
Yes. Oh yes, I wouldn't be without these clips. As I say, I don't like pins because we have a dog, and I don't like the thought of the pins if it gets into his paws. I wouldn't like that. See, I still haven't broken one yet. And then all I'm doing is I'm just clipping the end at this side, and then I'm going to sew until I get to that 1/4 inch.
Okay.
I'm going to start a little bit in on this one actually as well.
And this is where it is quite bulky, isn't it?
It's no more bulky than I've just done, but it's more because you've got it all squashed round a corner. So at the moment, going down the straights, I'm the same. It's when I get to that corner. So I'm just going to do a reverse stitch just to secure those stitches, and then just remove your clips as you go along. But they're so easy, those clips. I use them for loads of things, but obviously doing all kinds of crafts, I use them for all different things. So it isn't just for sewing.
Oh, really?
And I make like macrame, and so if the doorbell goes or something and I'm halfway through braiding something, I'll just stick this on the end to stop it unravelling.
Oh,
so
nice.
yeah, there's loads of different things. So I sew 1/4 inch from the edge. Now I've showed this technique before and I've taken it out, but this time I'm going to leave the work in. So I've sewed just 1/4 inch and I'm almost where the seam is.
Yeah.
So I lift my foot up and then I'm going to twist this around.
Keeping your needle down?
Keeping my needle down and then moving the side. I know that it's really difficult to you to be able to see what I'm doing. And I've kind of turned the corner, so now I need to do the next side and keep going till I get to 1/4 inch.
Literally got 5 minutes.
Okay. Going to go super speedy. And that's all you keep doing. You lift your foot, but you leave your needle down, and then you pivot and just sew along the next side. And if you'll have more time than me at home, so just try and readjust it so that it is straight. And I will be sending Hayley an email saying, please don't send me a bag again to do live on air. No, these are really good fun to make. Really good fun.
It's just different telly sewing, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's not.
Oh, it is. It is.
Yeah.
And you hear that sound sometimes and think, no, that doesn't sound good. That doesn't sound good.
Whereas at home, if you hear that sound, you walk away, have time out.
The amount of times I put my machines in time out is incredible. So I'm not talking to you, but luckily because I do lots of other things, I just go and do something else, let it cool down, and just
get on the trampoline.
I'm into yoga at the moment.
I know your daughter's just qualified as yoga instructor, hasn't she?
Yeah.
Oh,
so that's amazing. Oh, it's fantastic. Yes. So you can see that it looks like I'm struggling. I'm not.
You've just got to manipulate, control the bag.
That's it. You have to control it. Don't let it control you. And then just that last little bit. But because I have my needle down, it's not going anywhere. And I'm back to the beginning with a reverse stitch. So now I've made, I'm not going to make this here till so now we turn this the right side out.
What I like about the foam as well is that it means your fabric doesn't crease. So now, even though you're squashing it down and squashing it round, you can put it in a bag overnight or something, and then it's not going to be creased.
Right, and I just haven't caught that, but I did go around that corner rather quickly.
Yeah.
So now we've got the outside of the bag, and this is super easy because you now just put right sides together.
Okay.
So leave that one the wrong side, but turn that one the right side, and then you just put. We need to put the strap on first, but I don't know if we're going to get time. We're not going to get time to do that.
So it's all in the instructions.
It's all in there.
Where
So
to put
the
it.
first thing you would do is put your, and again, I would cut the end off because I've used the maximum amount of fabric I can.
So you've got the salvage there.
Definitely. And then you put this in the centre of the side, and then I would sew that in, and then without the strap being twisted, you put it round and do it the other side so that then you have your bag in.
Brilliant.
And then so pretend that's inside.
Keep it inside.
Yeah, I would not. I would sew that first. Don't try and do it all at once. I would actually just sew that in first, and then you put the right sides together. And I can't believe we've actually nearly done it.
Yeah,
so that shows how quick it is.
And all you've done, like you said, was just sewn your lining and cut out your pieces.
That's all I've done.
Yeah.
And it does take a little bit of time. And then all you would do is you would line the seams up here. And this is where these come into their own, because you've got a real lot of fabric there. And you don't want to be forcing pins in there. And then make sure that you line the other one up. As I say, you will have, in here, you will have your strap in there. And then how much are we for time?
1 minute.
Oh. So
I
I
feel
will,
like I'm on countdown.
I will finish this at
I was singing Blind Date though. I was singing the wrong theme tune. What's the
gosh,
countdown theme? Not
No, that is definitely Blind Date. So then all you would do, and that's your bag more or less finished, you would just sew your 1/4 of an inch seam all the way around there and then turn it right sides out.
Are you going to get all of that foam through there?
promise
That's what
you will.
you want to be able to leave like handspan, do you think? Width?
If you're brave.
It's in your lining, isn't it? So you can sew it up, you can slip stitch it. Or
Yes,
hand sew
and
it.
it's right at the bottom and it's hidden, so you're not going to see it. And then you turn it right side out and you will have your clasp, and then you can close it and then you can put your bow on. If you want to sew your bow, sew it. If you want to use your little jewellery clip, then as I say,
get it from Dressmaking. Nice. Thank you so much. You're amazing.
I am going to finish this.
Yeah, absolutely. Gorgeous. Thank you. When
very welcome.
Will you post it on the Facebook page?
I
when
will
you've
do.
done it?
I will make it when I
and
get
your
home.
stripe one. You need to show us the picture of the stripe one as
Is
well.
that okay? Because it's
Yeah,
right there.
absolutely. When are you back?
At the end of the month.
Oh,
Can't wait.
lovely. Hopefully I'm with you. Hopefully I get to
me too.
see you.
Yeah.
Lovely to see you again. Right, we're going to have a quick roundup on all of these kits. This is how you buy. Shopping with us couldn't be easier. If you want to shop online, then you can head to our website, www.sewingstreet.com. It will redirect you to our sister channel Jewellery Makers landing page. Don't worry, you haven't gone to the wrong place. We're simply using their website temporarily while we're building our own web shop. Scroll down past the Watch Live part and you'll see all of the products that you will have seen on air on today's live show. You can also shop our catalogue by clicking a category, clicking a product to view closer, and adding it to your basket. Once you're ready to check out, you will need to create an account, which is absolutely free to do so, but it will mean that you can check out on as many orders as you want throughout the day with still only paying one postage and packaging. If you'd prefer to speak to somebody in our UK-based customer service team, then you can do so via the free telephone line number 0800 001 4433. They will not only help you create an account, but will also help you with any of your online shopping. Don't we all just love our Wendy? Another amazing demo, and especially anybody who'd never, picked up a book before, a bag book, and wanted to really it was great to be able to really dissect all of the instructions. And when you're in the very, very safe hands of Debbie Shaw, you can't go wrong. £12.99, and you're going to get 15 different satchel designs, which of course you can use transferable skills. You can mix and match different zip pockets or patch pockets there and use them with different bags as well. So £12.99, and that, don't forget, comes with that amazing template that we were talking about at the start of the show. It's fantastic. All 11 different satchels for £12.99. It's very, very popular indeed. Lots of people also checking out on the backpack book. So have a look on the web shop and have a look and see there's different amazing techniques to be able to learn with Debbie Shaw. So that's your book. We also have the black bundle, which has been the most popular. It's the one that Wendy had already made up, and what I like about it is that Wendy offers you the option of doing the bow with or without the bow, and a detachable option, in fact. So you're getting 1 metre of the black fabric, which is beautiful. It's from the Wildflower Woods collection, and then you also get 1/2 metre of cream, enough to be able to do the bag with the bow, as long as just make sure you're obviously cutting economically, cutting carefully, and you'll have plenty there to be able to do the whole bag. £17.99. Maybe you want to have a go at another bag in there. You've got loads of fabric to have a play around with. The other bundle is the creams, which is the one that Wendy was working with. This is going to look beautiful as well in the tan, and I look forward to seeing it on the Facebook page. 1.5 metres in total. It's 1/2 metre of your tan, and then also 1 metre of your Wildflower Woods. £17.99. Both bundles extremely popular, as well as the book. Also, selling like hotcakes. I've got a bit under here. Obviously, we've cut into it today, but you'll get, by the 1/2 metre, your Starville. It is your fusible foam. Fusible foam. You won't get Wendy's chunks like this. You'll have your own pieces. £6.99. Sorry, I should call it Wendy's chunks, shouldn't I? No chunks on you! All that trampolining and yoga during lockdown. This is gorgeous, though. It gives it just such, what word did we say? Rigidity. Rigidity. It gives it that. It gives it fullness and it gives it body, but without being firm. It's still lovely and soft. It's just £6.99 a half metre, and you can stock up on as much as you want whilst it's in stock. Make the most of that. Today, the H640 was the other fusible fleece that Wendy was using on the flap and in the bow, and it's again just £9.99 for a whole metre piece. Classic whenever we have it in your fusible fleece. Right. Those of you that want to try another technique, so we've looked at quilting, we've looked at bag making, I'm going to be talking about dressmaking in the next hour. We've got Adjustoforms. If you have been wanting to maybe, branch out and are thinking about being on that part of your dressmaking journey, if you do want a great price on an Adjustoform, we've got lots of different size options, different availability coming up in just a few minutes.
Hi, I'm Debbie Shaw from Sewing Street, and these are my 5 top tips for successful sewing. So, number 1, always use a good quality thread. A good quality thread will keep your seams stronger and also help to prevent lint building up inside your sewing machine. Tip number 2, if your project isn't going quite according to plan, put it down, walk away from it, come back again the next day, and you'll probably find that things don't seem half as bad as they did. My tip number 3, never throw away your sewing machine manual. Always keep it to hand, because you're going to find hints and tips, techniques and troubleshooting in that manual. You'll miss it if you lose it. My tip number 4 is to read your pattern instructions before you even cut out your fabric. Different manufacturers of patterns will give you different instructions, different ways of constructing your garments and different seam allowances. So to have a successful garment, you need to follow the instructions precisely. And then tip number 5 is don't give up. Every professional sewer sewed their first seam. Every professional quilter quilted their first quilt. Every professional quilter sewed their first line of wonky stitches and had to get out the quick and pick. That's no different to you. So I hope you find these useful. If you want more hints and tips, then why not go to Sewing Street on channel 74 on Freeview, on Sky 670, and of course we have a YouTube channel where you can catch up on previous demonstrations. We'll see you soon.
If you'd like to get in touch with us during our live show and send in any messages or any questions, then you can do it on studio@sewingstreet.com. Alternatively, you can message us on our official Facebook page.
Hi, I'm Rosie Wells. My name's Poppy and I'm a nutritional therapist.
Hi, I'm Ruth Lynette and I can't wait to join you all on the brand new Gemporia Lifestyle channel.
If you're a fan of primal living, you're going to adore what's around the corner.
What is lifestyle? Lifestyle is healthy habits.
Feeling good, it's about looking great.
Making sure that we're taking good care of ourselves inside.
And it's about the life that you lead and the home that you live in.
All of this is why I'm so excited. We've got the most wonderful team.
Homeware deals and primal deals under one roof on one channel.
I can't wait to share this brand new channel with you. So we'll see you soon on Gemporia Lifestyle.
Gemporia Lifestyle, coming soon to Freeview Channel 74 and gemporia.com.
Would you like to take part in our weekly competition? If you do, then all you have to do is head to the Sewing Street fan page group on Facebook. Post your picture of your make. Myself, Debbie Shaw and John Cole Morgan love looking at all of your makes every week. We pick our favourite and announce the winner every Friday live on the show. Happy sewing and good luck.
Hello, my name is Sally Stevens. I'm from Worcestershire, a little town called Upton upon Severn, which is a lovely little riverside town. And not far from there, I also have a little sewing studio, so I can work and leave all my mess left out when I'm preparing projects and quilts and so on. My speciality is, in fact, quilting, patchwork and quilting, and I probably started that when I was about 14 years ago. So as I often joke, that was only 7 years ago. In fact, it was rather a lot longer. But I've always enjoyed crafting, and patchwork really hooked me, and I love it. So now then, what can I tell you? Some something you may not realise about me is that although lots of you have seen me many, many times on Sewing TV and at classes, because I teach as well, I also do a lot of unpicking. So don't be afraid ever. If you have to unpick things, so do we. It's not a problem. We all have to start somewhere. And sometimes you get a bit cocky and think, oh, I can just do that without pinning or without this. And then you think, should have paid attention to my own words. So some sewing tips for you. That's one, keep a seam ripper handy. That will always be your friend. And another one that I think is very important, whether you're a beginner or more experienced, when you're sewing something, particularly for the first time, a new technique, slow down. There's no rush. It's not a race. Have a little practice with spare fabrics if you've got them before you use your best fabric that you've just purchased so that you get your techniques just right. But also slow down, take your time, watch what you're doing, think about what you're doing, and read the instructions. That's always very useful. So what can I say? I've been asked to say what my claim to fame might be, and I would have to say, in all honesty, being on Sewing Street.
Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. Right, so today's been a very, yes, I've put it away, Kat. Sorry. It was just a manic changeover then. We've got so much to talk about in this last hour. First of all, though, we had the most exciting early bird today. It was the biggest early bird that we've ever done. Quite often, I mean, don't get me wrong, every morning, please do set your alarm for 8 o'clock and come and join us and find out what we've got. And it is important that you get with us that early because by 9 o'clock yesterday, it had sold out. And that happens time and time again. And it's not necessarily because, we've only got like 20 of them. We do generally do our best to put together as a bigger quantity as possible of something that you love or we love or something that's new and something exciting. We've never, ever bought in a product in this sort of way before. We have got over 1,000. We got thousands of these multi-purpose sewing clips. It's very, very exciting. They come in 3 different bundles. Well, I say 3 different bundles. There is the 50 pack and then there are 2 that are in bundles. So 50 of them are less than £10, which those of you that use sewing clips already, you know it's brilliant value for money, especially when you're looking at the quality sewing multi-purpose clips. That's what 50 looks like. £9.99. And the great thing about them is, well, you saw Wendy Orlando using them. When you're working with things like the sew-in foam, the Starville, you want them to be able to open really nice and wide, but also grip firmly without damaging your fabric. Not like a peg. It is specially developed for sewers and for crafters. In fact, Wendy said it isn't just sewing that I use mine for. It is something that I use across all different crafts. I know that she does a lot of crochet and macrame, and when the phone rings, or she does keep a clip on it so it doesn't all unravel. So, I mean, they're really, really useful, and I think that you'll find them very useful in your everyday life. I've got some that are clipped onto my pasta bags. I've got them in the kitchen. I know that somebody else has got them in the bathroom with this toothpaste. Pam was using it to clip her fringe back at lockdown. I think it's something that you are going to be able to use. I clipped it for my belt. My belt was falling off because through the day I forgot to keep breathing in and my belt just kept going over it. Eventually my belt fell off. Falling off. So I had to clip it on. Anyway, I'm over that now. I'm over it. I'm over it. So that's the 50 pack. We've also offered a bundle. The early bird was brilliant today. We did 3. Well, we could have launched this any time, couldn't we? We could have just done that and then said tomorrow we've got the next early bird where we're offering you the bundle. Whereas, nope, we've done it as well today. So, in fact, let me shimmy this one in. How am I going to do it? I've counted these in the break, by the way, because we definitely, I was definitely also helping everybody running around busy, but I was also counting the clips because it's important. So you're getting 50 of these. 50 here, definitely 50 here, and definitely 50 here. For 100 clips, less than £20. Do you know what I really like as well? They're really colourful. So no matter what fabrics you're working with, you're always going to see them. There's always that moment that you might have left a pin in a bag or in a garment, or in soft toys. And if you're making toys and things, you do not want to leave a pin in. If you're Kat's on about making a dog bed. She's getting a new little puppy. Make a dog bed. You don't want to leave pins in there. These are really handy. That, yes, it's great to go through lots of layers, but also I find it quicker and easier to be able to just know that your clips are there and they're out. Also, if you're working with fabrics that you don't want to pin, so I mean, leather and PU is one reason why you probably wouldn't use it, but also if you're working with delicate fabrics that you don't want to pin because they are so precious, not because they're bulky, but because they are more delicate, these are going to be really, really useful. But the way that they grip, it's a really secure grip. They're gorgeous quality. And this is what I want to stress with you about this early bird. Don't get me wrong. They're not the most affordable multi-purpose sewing clips on the market. And I am going to say that. The reason being is because our buying team have been meeting with lots of different suppliers and have had different clips sent to them to try out, different comparative clips, and they've gone with the best quality at the most affordable price. So we still thought it was very important that we stock clips that aren't going to break straight away, and ones that are going to still give you that nice grip, are still going to be able to open up nice and wide and not really stiff. They've got a really good strong spring in there, but still going to hold your fabric perfectly. So it was getting that balance of, right, we want it affordable, we know, and we were able to do that because we bought so many. Because of the stock we bought, let's face it, not many stores are going to be able to buy thousands and thousands of a product. We have, and that's the only reason that we can do these sort of prices. The bundle of 3. Yes, it gets better. So it is actually slightly better value for money as well. So it's 19 pence per clip if you're just buying the 50. It's 17 per clips if you're buying the 100, or it's 15 pence per clip if you're buying all 150 of these today at £23.98. Now, just to make a comparison against us, I mean, now I'm talking about what we stock and something we're really proud of. I know a lot of people use Clover, which is the branded Wonder clips. We have them, and they come in a nice little storage tub. They are the branded ones. They are for 50, £28.99. That is the price. That is the price from Clover. So just so you can make your own comparisons, you make your own decision. This is the brilliant thing about Sewing Street, and I love being part of it, is that we've got different styles, we've got different brands, we've got different rotary cutters, we've got different scissors, we've got different sewing machines, all at different prices. And we're saying, look, this is what it is. You make your own informed decision. And this is a brilliant price, though. Brilliant, brilliant price. And I know that all of our team behind the scenes, you're literally seeing me right now, but we've got so many people behind the scenes who obviously put the shows together. And Anna says, hello. Hannah's upstairs working really, really hard. But even people who are working in the offices, even people that are working hard though, not you, Hannah. Hardly working Hannah. There's people also working hard. She says, that is what they call me, actually. That's weird that you've just said that, because that is what they call me. But there's a lot of people behind the scenes, and a big shout out to all of them because they've worked so hard. Big shout out. They've... Can you tell we're a bit delirious? It's getting ever so warm today. I think it's going to be another stormy one. You've heard me and Hannah often say the storm affects us, and there is potentially the biggest storm that we've had in years. And Kat's at the point of being very irritated by us, just in general. Sorry. Right, so that's your early bird specials. Make the most of it. It's hundreds of you checked out, hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of you today, but also we've had so many new buyers, which is brilliant, absolutely brilliant. So this hour, we're going to go on to another technique now. So we were talking earlier on about quilting, we were talking about bag making the last hour. Those of you that are dressmakers, this is really exciting. And now it's, again, the brilliant thing about Sewing Street, it depends on where you are on your sewing journey and where you are on your dressmaking journey, but when you are starting to construct garments, whether it be for yourself or for other people, you are going to need some sort of dress form. Now, there are different ones out there in the market again. What I love about Adjustoform is, one, the quality of them, the build of them. They're made here in the UK. They're made, I believe, somewhere near Oxfordshire. We'll find out in a second. But it's on the slide. I can't remember where it was, but they're made here in England. And also, they're adjustable. So if you are making for somebody else, if you want to make it exactly their size, then you can, by literally just turning the dials, you can easily adjust it to whatever size you want. Now, we've got two different Adjustoforms, two different dressmaking forms that I do want to show you. This one is the one that we're going to be focusing on first. Now, each of them come in 3 different sizes. This one is a leg form as well, which we will go on to as well. This one, though, is your super fit, and it comes in 3 different sizes. So the one that you can see here in the studio is a small, the one here on the graphics is a small, which, yes, is the one here, is a small. So, and then also we're offering it in medium. So we'll bring the graphics live for each of them, but I will talk you through the different sizes as we go along. I just want to introduce them. And then we also have full figure. So the larger size that we offer as well is the full figure. Now, I would always suggest going for the smaller size. We will go through all the different sizes in a moment, but going for your smaller size, as you can always pad out, you can't take in, if you know what I mean. So let's go through the sizes first, as we have just shown you all the 3 different ones. So this is at the moment the smallest one, which, have a look at this. The small size ranges from bust 33 to 41 inches. Waist is 24 to 32 inches. Hips is 34 to 42 inches, and your back length is 15 to 17 inches. I do think it's really important as well that they can be made, obviously I mentioned height, taller and shorter. There's a really quick and easy to store this away, for one, but also if you are doing a maxi dress, or if you are obviously shorter or taller, we have them quite tall here in the studio. If you ever see them with dresses on, or if ever we put a top on it, they look quite tall. But it's because the height of the tables quite often. You can adjust the height. So then the medium size, the bust is 39 to 47 inches, the waist is 29 to 37 inches, the hips 40 to 48 inches, and the back length is 15 to 17 inches. Now, this is also on our website, so if you do want to spend a bit more time throughout the day having a look through these, it is in the description on the website. Now, the full figure is the 45 to 53 inches. The waist is 38 to 46 inches, hips is 47 to 55 inches, and your back length is 16 to 18 inches. It also, as I say, it is fantastic to take beginner dressmakers to that next real professional level. I think, one, they look amazing. I know that one of the ladies who sent in a photograph earlier with the satchel on, I just think they look lovely in your workroom, or in any room. In fact, it doesn't need to be a dedicated sewing room, just to drape and just to check that you're happy with placements, check that you're happy with how everything's sort of looking and fitting. And the colours, seeing what colours work together. So in fact, what is it that makes somebody want to invest in a dress form? Have a look at this. So, the reason that you would use a dress model is to check the drape of the fabric, as I said, and see that if it's suitable for the pattern that you've selected. I said this last time, but I was a huge fan of the Great British Sewing Bee, and I was watching it, and quite often where the downfall happened was when they picked the wrong fabric for their certain pattern. So having the dress form is going to enable you to check that it is suitable for that, to see the drape and to see how it's falling, to style an outfit by draping coordinating fabrics together to see how they look, say a jacket and blouse, just to see how they're looking together, to fit a tissue pattern, to check the placement of darts, pockets and buttonholes, to establish the position of collars and lapels, to position lace, trims, ribbons, applique on garments, to check or plan the placement for machine embroidery designs, to pin sleeves in position based on your shoulder length, tack in place, then machine stitch, so you can tack it all in place whilst you're on your dress form before you go to machine, and make sure you're really happy with everything. Check the placement of shoulder pads, check the ears and the hang of the lining. That's a big one for me, because if you think about it, quite often If you're trying a dress on, even yourself, if you're dressmaking yourself, as soon as you lean forward, all the perspective sort of changes, doesn't it? So even if you're trying to do it, and obviously the back is virtually impossible, to mark hems, to fit wedding gowns as you sew, there is so many reasons why so many people choose to have a dress form. And of course, the most obvious reason is to accessorise your completed outfit, to check your necklace goes with it, just to dress it all up. I'd love to just have one to be like, right, what am I wearing this weekend? And just to have it all there, ready to go and be like looking at it. Should I do this? I'm always like trying to hang things everywhere. We obviously get up very, very early, and I'm always trying to like sort my outfit before I come in. Every morning, I'll always turn up and have to get ironing and sorting things here, hang everything all nicely. I'd love to be able to do that. It's very organised. So the one at the moment is your Super Fit, which is the grey one, as I'm saying. We are going to move on to the blue one in a second. They're $159.99, and I understand that is an initial investment, but for how much you will use your dress form, I think that is a step that as a dressmaker you're going to have to take. You can get more affordable dressmaking dummies and forms. You can get a lot more expensive. What I find is a key point about this particular one is that you can pin into it. There's a lot of forms and there's a lot of dressmaking mannequins out there that you can't pin into. You want to be able to pin into it without distorting it, without damaging it as well. So to be able to pin into it, it's lovely fabric and it's also slightly cushioned that you can pin into it. So it is really, really handy for that. And every point, you can see under the arms, on the back, you can also lengthen and shorten the waist. You can alter the hips just by turning the dial. If I do that, then you can see already how it expands. Really, really quick and easy and very sort of self-explanatory that on each dial, you can see those measurements really, really clearly. You don't need to measure between, all of the measurements are already on there. You can also adjust the neck as well. It has at the bottom a tape measure on the stand. So as you, I'm not sure whether you're going to be able to see this very clearly, or if you can see it on camera. No, you can't. Down here, you might be able to see it just about there. There is a tape measure as well. So if you are marking hems, if you're turning up any dresses as well, then that is going to be ideal for it. Okay. Don't forget, you can pad out. Obviously, we're all different shapes and sizes. I think this is the reason we get into dressmaking, isn't it? The frustration of things not being able to fit right. So it is brilliant to be able to absolutely mould your body to whatever sort of size you want. Right, so this is also the size variations. As I say, you can see there all of the different size variations between the small, the medium and the full figure. It is important to mention from Adjustoform, you also get a warranty. You get a 2-year warranty with them. Which again, just great peace of mind. They are a very famous company that are renowned for gorgeous quality dress forms. What you can expect from a dress form is split waist option for those requiring a waist lengthening feature, choice of hem leveler, hem marker, or pin grip marker with a hemline to mark your garment. I think that's on the next one. A pin cushion, as I say, it's got that lovely cushioned body that you can pin into. Different stands, so you can alter obviously your stand. Easy to set the neck adjustment, very, very easy to change your neck adjustment. Choice of body adjustment systems, nylon cover for easy pinning and marking. Scale markings of stand to help the shoulder and hemline height. Measurements in centimetres and in inches, so no matter what you work in, you're covered with those. Full shoulders are perfect for hanging from hanging sleeves. Oh, see, that's a good point actually. I hadn't thought of that before. So, you know here, quite often actually, it's cut off just before there. That would be your mannequin. Whereas actually just having that extra bit, just having that extra full bit of shoulder means that your sleeves aren't going to hang as they would. It's that extra bit of detail that I hadn't noticed. We'll go back to that other slide, please, Kat. Thank you. So yeah, measuring in centimetres and inches, full shoulders, as I say. And then we are going to talk about the trouser fitting with the other one, the 2-year guarantee on materials and craftsmanship, and they are crafted here in the UK. We've seen it a lot in the press. As I say, it is a very, very famous, very famous company, and you will see it in multiple magazines and on websites. There it is, Tilly and the Buttons, who we probably all know, and in a magazine. Love Your Adjustoform mannequin. There it is in the press. So it is, you know, it's got that name, it's got that brand. Whenever I talk about sewing machines, the first thing you'll always hear me say is, think about the brand. Don't go and settle for a brand, you know, that you're thinking, oh, do I know this? Is it going to last? When you're investing in, you know, something of this sort of price, then you do need to make sure that you're comfortable with, you know, the company that you're investing in. So you can be confident when you're purchasing from Sewing Street, especially. We've already done all of the research and the hard work for you. So teaming up with Adjustoform to bring you these was an easy decision for us, really. £159.99. Right, so as I say, that is your super fit. We also have the leg one. So I will swap them over in just a second. Let's have a read through this. So these again are the sizes of the leg form. So it's an 8-part leg form. It splits at the waist and enables lengthening and shortening on the waist. It has extra supportive shoulders. It has 12 different adjusters. It has an easy dial neck adjuster. It also has shaped hips, bottom, thighs. This is what is brilliant, is that you are able to do, can you see in the bottom right? So there's a little blue circle, and how does a leg form work? You can see it almost looks like a pelvis, doesn't it? You can see it looks like an X-ray or something. But anyway, the pole, there's 2 gaps, there's 2 holes, and the pole can go centrally, it can go off centre the one way, and it can go off centre the other. So you can do your trousers, or you know, you can do your shorts or whatever you want to do very, very easily, and it does very easily change between the two. So it's not heavy, it's sturdy, but it's not heavy. If you do want to change it over to the centre, I'm going to try and do this without looking, see if I can feel for it, but there is a hole underneath as well to be able to change it centrally, to be able to do it off centre, or to be able to do it to the right. I am going to have to look underneath now. What have I done? Oh no, excuse me, madam. Right, there we go. Right, so that's central. I should have put it onto the side, but that's central. But you can easily then just adjust it to the side. So if you are working with trousers, oh, this is a game changer, isn't it? This is a game changer. Once again, just like the Super Fit, you've got all of these dials which are really, really easy to change between. As I said before, still go with the smaller size, as you can always pad up, but you can't take away. So go with the smaller size. It's lovely fabric as well. It's one that you can easily pin into. So if you are, you know, placing your paper patterns on there, if you're checking a fabric to see whether it goes with a certain contrasting fabric, or if you're wanting to check the drape of it. If you're working with fabric on the flat, it's completely different to when you put it on a body. We are not completely flat. I'm certainly not. So to be able to have, you know, shapes and curves, and to be able to mould it completely to your size. We're always changing shape, especially during lockdown, aren't we? I'm just laughing at myself about it now. I've got to the point of laughing about it because there's certain people, Wendy, Orlando, I've lost so much weight through lockdown. I've been doing this yoga. I've been giving up chocolate. And we're like, did you say you've lost weight? Like, I honestly, everyone I've talked to luckily is in the same boat as me going, oh my word, I've put on some pounds in lockdown. But anyway, where was I going with this? I could write a book. So what I was going to say is that everyone's not a flat shape. We're all wanting to adapt, and we're always constantly adapting. So this isn't a dress form that you want just to, you know, just whilst you're at your slimmest. You want to be able to grow with it, quite literally, or you want to be able to last the test of time with this, or you're making for somebody else. I know a lot of people, Rachel actually, who says that she does bridal gowns, and she says the Adjustoform's an absolute must for her because she's constantly changing brides, you know, dresses and different shapes, altering them. And it's fantastic to be able to go, right, okay, I know that this bride or this, you know, person who I'm making for is this measurement, this measurement, this measurement. Change it, change it back, change it forward. Instead of, obviously with the mannequins that you can't change, yes, you can pad out, but you've got to remember exactly how you've done it. So it's really easy to be able to just change the dials to the right size. This one, as I say, it's also got, running down the bottom, a little gauge that you can slot your chalk in to be able to mark your hem. How handy is that? Really handy. Once again, you can change the height, completely change the height. You could even have it that it's standing on a table. If you are doing the hem, you don't want to be bending down, you could put it on the desk and have it really short and just do your hem, or really tall, however you want to do it, and just do your hemming. So it's going to make life really easy. Once again, it is for somebody who, I'm not calling out to people who maybe have never done any dressmaking before. It depends on where you are on your journey, but it will completely change your beginner's experience to that very professional level of dressmaking. All of the size guides, by the way, this one at the moment is B. The one that we've got here, I believe, is a B. It's this one. So this is the one that we've got in the studio. Have a look though, the second image on the website, that is in the description on the website, you'll be able to see all of that size chart to a T, and it will be sent directly from Adjustoform, I believe. Is that right? So if you've bought anything today, like your early build or anything, it won't come with that. But it is still under one postage and packaging. So if you've bought something already, you can still take advantage of any of the Adjustoforms. It will still come from them, but with our postage and packaging and their 2-year warranty, which is fantastic. Right, what else did I want to mention about these? I made a huge list, and we've all... Oh, also, yeah, what I was talking about them being made here in the UK, they're actually made in Kent. All of the construction of these is all sort of handmade and all put together by hand, which is, I think, really lovely and really important. Have a look at this. So it says about who needs a sewing form, and will a dressmaking form make your sewing easier? Oh yeah, look, you can see that. I was thinking, where does it say that it's made in England on here? But it does, right in the middle there. Our dresses forms are designed at our factory in Kent, where they're assembled and packaged by hand by our local long-serving and loyal workforce. The majority of component parts are sourced locally or manufactured by local subcontractors. So I like that as well, personal touch. But if you are getting involved in dressmaking or altering garments, even if you're not, fully dressmaking, you might have an alteration business. And this is really handy. In fact, it says you need a dress form. If you are doing it, it's quite an essential, actually. Understanding the special requirements of sewers has helped the Adjustoform Group produce a range of products designed to suit beginners and experienced dressmakers alike. Constant research enables us to offer products with features that you have requested. So these have constantly been developing and changing to suit everybody. Any questions? Please do get in touch. If you do, if you've got any questions about either of the Adjustoforms, please do let us know. And if I can answer them before 12 o'clock, I will. This is how you get in touch. Or if you do want to, of course, message on Facebook as well after the live show, then I'm sure Hayley B will be able to get back to you. It's studio at sewingstreet.com or Sewing Street TV on Facebook. Have a serious think about them though, because they're so useful, so useful. Even if you don't have a dedicated sewing space, I think they look lovely. I think they look really nice and will become like a piece of furniture almost. Right, let's do some dressmaking fabrics. This weather, my word, I understand why you've done this straight away. Right, there's what's already fallen off. Oh, we don't need to know that, Han. She's ever so warm up there. Is it really warm upstairs? Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Right. We need some linen, don't we? This cools you down, I think. If you want a lovely pair of linen trousers. Someone told me, because I said, oh well, it's gonna get cold, and they were like, it's not. It's actually just gonna get warmer. It's just gonna stay this warm. I think we're going to have a really hot September as well. So let's absolutely get ourselves a pair of nice linen trousers. Oh, this is beautiful. This is your teal, 100% stone washed linen in teal. It's beautiful quality for $5.99. Can I show you what you get for half a metre? It's 133 centimetres wide. So you get a lot of fabric there, don't you, for $5.99? And it's such lovely quality. Do you know, this reminds me of our... Jane Greenough. She loves linen. She's here on Friday. I'm not here on Friday. Dearie me. I love Jane Greenhoff so much, but she always calls it, she's so funny, she calls it rich wrinkles, darling. Because I always say, oh, do you know, I really like linen because it's so cool, it's lovely. And she was like, I wear linen all the time. And she said, I said, but do you find that it creases a lot? And she was like, no. She says, it's rich wrinkles like this. So I love that. Don't get me wrong. Yes, there are alternatives that you can get that won't crease as much, but it's linen. This is the real McCoy. This is gorgeous quality. And it's a beautiful colour as well, isn't it? Just £6.99. That teal's beautiful. It's not very often that we get to see the teal, actually, is it? I wonder what we got that in for. Must have been a project. Sorry, no, I didn't. I didn't mean that in a rude way. I mean it in a way of like, that must have come in. There must have been a project that we had linen in. It's not very often that we might sometimes just get the neutral colours, but I love all of these. This is like a beautiful rose, lavender. Make dresses, even men's. Oh, this is I thought I recognised this. Our cat's made a bag from this. How much did you need for your bag? Did you just have half a metre? Metre. A metre and a half. Wow, you got a big bag. Oh, you got loads left over. I think probably a metre would be more than sufficient. £5.99.5 metre. Isn't it lovely and soft, cat? So nice. Great for bags then. I'd never really thought about it for bags. How is it to work with when you're sewing bags? It's not slippy though, is it? It's quite... Kat says, I was really worried about it because I haven't worked with linen, but actually it's not slippy, is it? What did you line it with? Calico? Oh, nice. £5.99.5 metre. Oh, it's so beautiful. You definitely didn't do a metre and a half then of just this with calico lining. You didn't even use it with the lining. No, I'm questioning what you've used. It must be a massive bag. It's not. I've seen it. You come to work with it. Right, you're No, she's not talking to me. Oh, I forgot. Sorry, you're in an irritable mood, aren't you? She's in an irritable mood. Oh, sorry. Sticker. It's only the item code that you can see. £5.99.5 metre. It's called denim and it looks on my screen like denim. It's not, it's linen. It's in denim colour. It's that denim blue colour. Just £5.99.5 metre for your wash linen. And it's just so lovely and soft. So I'm thinking now, because I was just thinking, you know, linen trousers and maybe like a linen jacket or even men's garments. It's nice. Linen shorts, isn't it? But Kat's now sort of made me think, oh, what about bag making or home furnishings? What about cushions, lovely linen cushions? Nice. They look absolutely gorgeous colours as well. Right, they're the 3 linens that we have available today. Have a look on the website because there might be other ones. Should we do the denims or the viscose? Oh, you're keeping with the cool fabrics, aren't you? Viscose is lovely and cool. I can see what's happening here. Hannah's getting hotter and hotter upstairs. Look at this. This is perfect for a day like today. Viscose, lovely and breathable. It's just like this, wafty wafty. It's so lovely and light. It is obviously if you are... we haven't got the aircon on anymore. Can you believe it? I've actually turned the aircon off. That's how good our aircon is. So look at this. I mean, this is absolutely gorgeous. It's 100% viscose. And the colours, oh, that's so tropical, isn't it? It's 140 wide. 140. It feels like it's got a slight stretch to it. Only very slightly. This would make beautiful little scarves as well, wouldn't it? Just $7.99. I want like a maxi dress. Or a mini dress in this weather. Isn't it lovely? I'm wearing like black trousers. I'm dreading going out into the car. I bet it's boiling in there. Did you park under the tree? That's so pretty. It's like tropical, isn't it? But it's nice that it's got the navy background, so it still feels quite cash. You could dress that up though, couldn't you? Casual. Oh, that's beautiful. Right. We've also got your other viscose. Oh, now this one feels different. This is like almost like a bit of a crepe. Look at that. Wow, 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 wow. That is so blue. Look at this colour. Pimpernel. Pimpernel Celeste. $7.99. $7.99 a half metre. Please come in here. That is so beautiful. Look at those bright oranges as well. This could be quite autumnal. I'm thinking really summery, but actually this could be quite autumnal. It's got gorgeous yellows as well. Come here, let me see. $7.99 a half metre. Do you know what the chemical composition of this is? I just said the composition. Sorry, we've just got very technical, haven't we, today? The fabric composition. I do love that blue, that gorgeous sky blue. It's 100% viscose, but it is a crepe. I thought so. $7.99. Good job we are on a sewing channel right now, Kat. Kat's just had a wardrobe malfunction. A real biggie. Can I tell everybody what's happened? I don't know if this has ever happened to anybody else ever at home. She went, oh, I went, what's the matter? She says, a bra's broken. How? Where? It snapped here in the middle. Snapped. And I said, are you Barbara Windsor in a Carry On film? I'm so confused. How? Oh no. Kat, are you okay? She's going to have to, do you want a clip? Do you need a clip? We can clip it. I've got sewing clips. Oh, these are lovely, 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 by the way. I'm thinking these are beautiful cotton poplin. These are lovely and lightweight cotton. Cotton's lovely to keep you cool, isn't it? Polyester, not so much, is it? Cotton's better, though, to keep you cool, isn't it? Yeah. I'm just checking. No, I'm asking you. I'm asking you. Yeah. $4.99. A half metre. Viscose, linen and cotton. Obviously, they're all natural fibres, so they're cooler, which is the theme of the day today. Anything to make us cooler. In fact, right, have you got any top tips of how to cool down? I tried a wet flannel last night. They just went, that's not a nice thing to call Kieran. No, I had a cold flannel on my face when I went to bed. I'm trying to think of another way of cooling down. Isn't it when you're trying to, if you put your feet in a bucket of cold water, snap your bra off, that's cooled you down. If you put your feet, or is it here if you put something cool on your pulse points? That's meant to cool you down. Somebody said about putting a bowl of ice in front of a fan. Or behind one because it sucks the cold air through. Let me know if you've got any ways of keeping cool, please. Someone told me that if you drink tea, if you drink a hot tea, that cools you down, but I can't do it, no. I couldn't hold the cup or boil the kettle. The green's lovely. Look at these lovely teal, like sage colours, olives. It's called silver, but it's definitely got green sage to it, I think. I think it's like misty blue. Do you know the misty blue fabric we've got? $4.99. You could interface it and you could use it for a blind, couldn't you? That'd look really nice. Bag makers as well, because you don't need to worry about directional prints. It'd be lovely with the satchels or the backpacks that we had earlier. Quite unisex as well, isn't it? It's birds on silver. $4.99.5 metre. And it is really lovely and lightweight. It is your poplin weight. Don't worry, if you're a quilter, you can still use it. Just be aware that it's lighter weight. Or I'm thinking if you are using it for bag making, just grab yourself some interfacing as well, whether it be the Starville, H640, or even just, you know, a thin interfacing, you'll be fine. Right. We've also got some more, heavyweight fabric. Shall we look towards the cooler weather? Let's get some lovely denims. Right, we've got two different colours. We've got the darker denim. This is like classic denim jeans. I'd love to make a pair of denim jeans with some lovely top stitching with that gold thread. This is your 8-ounce denim, so it's still quite a nice lightweight denim. It's going to be ideal for things like a pinafore dress or a bag even. You could use it. It's not going to be too bulky, too heavy. I know that we saw some great rag quilting using denim, didn't we, Hannah? Love, love, love quilting with denim. Sorry, it looks quite dark on screen, but it is that lovely, lovely navy classic blue. That's your dark blue for just $4.99.5 metre. Apparently it's not going to rain till how long? 5 o'clock in the Midlands here. Oh gosh, it's going to storm again, isn't it? Where are you going to lunch? Oh, lovely. Off to Birmingham. £4.99. That's your 8-ounce medium denim. Can I just show you what you get for $4.99? Look at this. Oh, bear with. Oh, that is a stretch. You get a lot of fabric. We've also got the lighter blue. I don't know that song. Here we go. Here's the light blue. $4.99.5 metre. How are you getting on with that situation now, your wardrobe malfunction? Are you just... Oh my word. What are you going to do when we walk out of this room? No, I'm not leaving this room. Your 8-ounce medium to heavyweight denim. Oh, I'd love to be able to make my own pair of jeans. Especially, remember now, you've got your leg Adjustoform as well. Going to be brilliant to be able to give us options of making our own trousers and jeans, shorts, little skirt. Do like a light denim as well, it's lovely. Thinking of the idea of having pockets and things as well. You could just add a denim pocket, couldn't you? Just have half a metre and just embellish. We've also got, right, now we are going wintry. This is beautiful. This now is the chevron wool. It's beautiful because it's got, let me show me this forward because I want you to be able to see the detail on this. It's chevrons and it's got the most delicate, beautiful pink line running through. Faye and I had this when we were making the hat, the flat cap. When we were making the Peaky Blinder hat, it was amazing. But look at that, can you see? It's got a real delicate, beautiful pink. Now this is your Hunter's tweed, it's 100% wool and it's stunning quality wool. Stunning, stunning quality. It's like the quality that you would see on Savile Row. It's amazing. $8.99.5 metre. Really gorgeous. I think this would make a really nice laptop case as well. Or satchel. If you've got any of the satchels, how amazing would this look? Get yourself a lovely buckle. You know, like those leather buckles you can get. Or, you know, they would look amazing with this. Very, what's that designer called? Harris Tweed or, you know, that look. There's other ones available. But they would look so beautiful. Very country gentleman, isn't it? But I love the lady. I love the salvage. This one's beautiful. Look at that. It's a lilac salvage as well. It's so pretty. So, so pretty. That's your Hunter's tweed. Now this one, is this 100% wool as well? I think it is. See, that is such good quality. I'd love a cape. Not like the capes that Hannah likes. Not like Hannah's superhero capes, like a classy one that you go walking. I'm hopefully in September wanting a little couple of days at the Lake District. I've never been, and I've seen so many pictures on social media. You know, when you start to talk about something out loud, you don't put it on your phone or anything. You start talking about the Lake District, and then all of a sudden, loads of pictures start coming up about it. Like, someone's following me. I'm destined to go though, so I'd love to go. But I really want like a nice cape like this and walking wellies. Lovely. That was me walking. Me walking wellies. $8.99, and it's such beautiful quality. Even like a little gilet with this would be beautiful. Or a gillet, as Hannah calls them. Beautiful quality. £8.99, half metre. For gents projects as well. Even like, right, get half a metre of this, and you could do little purses. You could do like a phone case. You could do like a toiletry bag. You could do, you know, like makeup bags. Little storage boxes. They're so beautiful. For $8.99, that is a lot for your money. A real lot for your money. If you've bought something already, add just half a metre into that and think about lots of different projects you're going to be able to make. So it's really nice and wide as well. We've also got this knit. Now, this I would, if you're making a dress, look, you will probably need like a little lining, but it worked really, really well with the hat that I made with Faye. Yeah. This is a cotton viscose wool. It's a mix with, can you see the lurex running through? It's got that gold shimmy look. It's a what, sorry? A waffle weave. Boucle style tweed. Bit of a mouthful, it's lovely. Waffle weave is the difficult bit to say, isn't it? Waffle weave. Sounds like a dance move, doesn't it? Sounds like a dance move. I don't know what kind of dance move it would be, but it'd be like, you know, one of those new fancy TikToks. You're going, jazz hands. That's not a waffle weave. Oh. Right. Can you tell none of us slept last night? Well, you were only hearing me, but I wish you could hear what's going on in my ear. We struggled to sleep because of the heat last night. It was very warm. $8.99. I hope you're all having a lovely morning. I hope everybody's staying safe and keeping nice and shaded and cool. Make sure you keep hydrated and get Tip Top. Remember Tip Tops and Jubblies? Like nice ice lolls. Oh, love them. Are they still a thing, Hannah? Jubblies? No. Amazing. Oh, also, talking about different marking tools, we were talking with Wendy Orlando about different marking tools. When you're talking about dressmaking, you often hear tailor's chalk. This is a great pen because inside this lovely little carry case, you get a pen, you get loads of different tailor's chalks, cartridges, and you get a little sharpener as well. So you can easily change it. This pushes down, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, this pushes down and you can just literally change whatever cartridge colour you want. And it just means it's going to be finer than using tailor's chalk, and it's also less messy on the move, isn't it? Just to have it as a little pen with an eraser is great. You've got your sharpener which you can sharpen them in loads of different colours for $14.99. There is also, it's a nice gift for somebody actually, that is, isn't it? How's this going in? You know when you never get things back in the packaging the way they came out? We were trying to get the sewing machines back in the box the other day, weren't we? And it was very difficult. Like, they definitely didn't come in this box, which they did. No. I'm not okay. We also have the refills, which actually, hang on, they don't come with the pen. Look at how you've done this, Hannah, haven't you? They don't come with the pen. Just the refills. For £6.99, you get 16 different refills, but they do work in conjunction with your chalk pen. Right, just wanted to mention those as we were talking dressmaking. So yesterday I was on with Fiona Hesford and she very, very kindly brought in some panels as a giveaway. So there were 4 different panels as a giveaway. If you bought any of her kits yesterday, you were automatically entered into the prize draw to win these. So they're all individual pre-printed panels. You can make bunting, you could use them for patchwork. So much that you can do. We've got 4 winners, all getting different colourways. Are you ready? Our winners are Margaret, Christine, Yvonne and Gillian. Well done. And they're on their way to you. Please let us know what you make with your lovely panels. Very, very exciting indeed. I think that Hayley or somebody in our marketing team will contact you or just send them. They'll just probably get sent with your order, won't they? But anyway, we've got an amazing show lined up for you tomorrow. Have a look at what's to come. So as I said, Jane's going to be here, isn't she? 8 o'clock, we've got Liberty and May Morris Fabrics. At 9 o'clock, hang on, right. Now this isn't a sewing machine. It's an Elna embellisher. I'm really excited to see this. This is at 9 o'clock. So 9 o'clock, Jane's going to be here and she's going to be doing a whole half-an-hour demo just solely on this embellisher, which is brilliant. We've then at 9:30 got a brand new book by Ryan Haggard, which is called Botanical Embroidery. That's coming up at 9:30, so we'll be talking all things embroidery then. At 10 o'clock, we got Debbie's Cow Creamers. Oh, we love them. The panels have been so popular. So we will be getting a live cow here in the studio for that. I'm just repeating everything Hannah's saying to me now, just so when I was saying Hannah's working hard, I'm just repeating everything my producer's telling me. We've also then at 11 o'clock, 11 o'clock, we've got the Elna sewing machines. We've got some lovely sewing machines with Jane Brogan. Oh, let's ask her about, should we bombard her with messages about the 560? Back in stock. Let's get it back in stock. And then at 12 o'clock, we're going to repeat Wendy Orlando's Barley Pop, do, her designs. Yesterday, for our first hour, as I say, I had Fiona Hesford with me. I'm just thinking back. And we've got, no, it's hilarious. She said, so sorry for making you say about the cows. No, it's fine. So we've got Fiona's demonstration coming up next as a replay. Can I just remind everybody very, very quickly, those of you that are just tuning in, you normally don't hear us talk about an early bird. An early what? Yeah, 8 o'clock every morning, we do an early bird special where we offer you a really special price on a fantastic product. Our 50 pack of multi-purpose sewing clips at $9.99. There are different bundles as well with 100, 150. Check the website, check out as soon as you can, and well done to everybody who's bought it. And also, huge shout out. I've done loads of shout outs today, aren't I? Huge shout out to all of the newbies, everybody who's joined us for the first time today, because there's been so many brand new customers today, which is just an absolute pleasure. Right, stay cool. Stay inside because it's going to be stormy as well. So stay safe. But it's been lovely to be back with you. I'll see you on Monday. So have a lovely, lovely weekend. There's still another replay of myself and Fiona coming up right after this.